Hello. Okay. I don't know. Yes. There we go. There we go. I think we figured out the mic now too. All I had to do was touch the end of it. Yeah.
I was muted, but you still knew that I said to say hi, smile, and you did. I told them that I used to intern at ZooToYou, and now we're friends, and now you're on the podcast, which is so exciting. And she has a green screen. Look at this.
So fancy. Thank you.
So fancy. Um, okay, so somebody already tipped $20. La Rivalita, thank you so much. So before they donate more, can you tell them what ZooToYou is?
So we are a nonprofit rescue zoo in Paso Robles, California, and then we do outreach education. So all of our animals are rescued for one reason or another. A lot of them are injured native wildlife. So we have like a lot of bald eagles that are permanently injured to the point where they can't be re-released. Lots of birds that are like missing wings or legs or something like that, or blind in one eye. Um, and then we give them a permanent living home and make sure that they get taken care of for the rest of their life. And then, unlike a normal zoo, they don't get stuck in a cage for the rest of their life. They get to come out and be ambassadors to their species and meet people and change lives and make people fall in love with animals. But that's like just a small portion of them are injured native wildlife. Like the vast majority of our animals are animals that came to us because somebody tried to make them into a house pet, or because they went to Vegas and saw a cute little monkey inside a pet store and decided that they wanted to keep that in their house. And more often than not, they call us before they get caught.
Mm-hmm.
And we're super lucky here in California. California is like one of the most special states in the US. We have the most forested land of any state in the United States. We have the most flora and fauna of any state in the United States. We have the most agricultural land of any state in the United States. And we have the most diverse habitats of any other state in the United States. We have the highest desert in in the United States, and we have the lowest desert in the entire world, and we have tropical rainforest all right here in California. So our fish and wildlife program is just for our state. Oh, don't you go hopping out of the bag.
Can you move a little bit closer to your mic? Is that possible?
I can move the mic closer to me. I think.
Nice.
That better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, cool. So our fishing game, we have men and women that go out in bulletproof vests with guns on their hips every day, that their entire job is to just take care of our native plants and animals. And with that comes a lot of strict laws. But there are laws that would otherwise allow people to make silly decisions, like trying to keep a monkey in their house or a tiger in their house as a pet. Now, our neighboring state of Nevada, there are no laws. I mean, except for a few silly ones, but go out and buy something like a monkey or a tiger, and then people do, and they smuggle it back into California and they try and keep it in their house. And what usually happens is they figure out really quickly that it was a really bad idea, and they call us up and they say, hey, made a mistake. I got this monkey. It's biting me. It's pooping all over the place and it's destroying my house. Can you please take it?
Mm-hmm.
And we're like, yeah, sure, bring it on over. Or they don't figure it out on their own, or they're afraid to get caught. And what they always end up doing is they tell on themselves, and they tell their friends, and their friends tell their friends, and next thing they know, animal control or the police are knocking on their door and they're busted. But either way, there's nothing wrong with that tiger or that monkey or something, except it only knows how to be an animal in the house, doesn't know how to be an animal in the wild, and we don't know its genetic background or anything like that, so we can't go putting that back out into the wild groups of animals, and it's come into contact with all of our yucky people germs. So
yeah. Topher says hello, by the way. He just donated bits. Thank you. Appreciate it. And then we got we got Monkey Mo with a $50 donation, Giddy with a $50 donation. Thank you guys so much. Jake with a $10. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. So most of the animals at ZooToYou were illegal confiscated pets.
Yeah, and then vast majority of them, or zoos that get shut down, and then injured native wildlife.
Okay, cool.
Stuff like that.
And what kind of animals do you guys have at the zoo?
So we have everything from like little itty bitty cockroaches and tiny frogs to big bullfrogs to Burmese pythons to sulcata tortoises to African crested porcupines and macaws and beavers and kangaroos and camels and reindeer and tigers and mountain lions and bears and monkeys and lemurs and bald eagles and all sorts of stuff. We give home to over 400 rescued exotic animals, and there's over 300 different species of animals on the property.
That's so cool. And okay, so it's not a public zoo. It's a private rescue zoo. So people don't come to the zoo, but it's called ZooToYou. What does that mean?
So we bring the zoo to you. My dad was really creative when he named it. Yeah, we bring the zoo out to people. So we're not open to the public, mainly because our whole purpose is to get you to fall in love with them, and you don't really make that special connection unless you get to see them and meet them up close and personal. And with like a normal zoo that you're just walking through looking at animals, you're just kind of gawking at them. You don't get to make that one-on-one connection. And maybe you do if you get to do like a behind the scenes interactive, but those are expensive. But we get to sit here and make kids fall in love with a lemur or a kangaroo or even cockroaches. I have a little girl that hated bugs, and now her favorite animal in the entire world is Madagascar hissing cockroaches because we think they're so cool. So when we talk about them, she got really excited, and now she like holds them on her face and like she'll put them in her mouth with us when we do it. And like she's 10, like it's the coolest.
That's so cool. Twitch chat has a tendency to not like insects and spiders and stuff. They freak out whenever we talk about that.
Okay, I didn't bring any today.
Okay. What did you bring today? I love insects too, but I don't know anything about them. Are we introducing our first animal?
You want to introduce the first animal?
Do it.
Oh.
Who is this?
This is Marilyn Monroe.
Hello, Marilyn.
Say hi.
Oh my goodness. How old is Marilyn?
Marilyn is 7.5 months old now. Yeah. When they're born, they're the size of a jelly bean. So she was this big, like smaller than the tip of her nose, just 7 months ago.
Is that Rue's baby?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, so kangaroos have what's called delayed implantation. So they call them a primitive creature, but what makes me laugh, Rue's over here making faces at me. What happens is, okay, so any of you that are watching that are moms, listen to this. Mate once, fertilize a bunch of eggs. Then decide you don't want to have a baby yet. Hold it in stasis. And then when the grass is green and the water's plenty and you're really comfortable in life, you're like, I think I'll have a baby next Tuesday. Pop one into the plumbing, cook it for about 18 days, give birth to something the size of a jelly bean. The mom licks a path up into the pouch, and the baby only has a nose, a mouth, and front feet. It doesn't have eyes, ears, back legs, or anything yet. It crawls its way up into the pouch, latches onto the nipple, and the nipple swells in its mouth so that it can't get off until it's ready. And so when mom's like bouncing around, she's not throwing the little jelly bean around. And then it develops in the pouch like you would in utero. And then when it starts to get uncomfortable, at about 6 to 8 months, mom gets to start kicking it out of the pouch and letting it back in, or not at all. And so when you were really uncomfortable at about 6, 8 months and you were like, okay, I'm ready for the baby to come out now, you could have done that and only given birth to a jelly bean. So who's primitive here?
Chat, do you guys know the word for an animal that has a pouch? I feel like I've talked about it because I've talked about opossums a lot on the stream because I love them so much. A marsupial wife ball. Congratulations, you did it. You won. Wow, they all know. That's incredible. Good job.
That's awesome.
Yes, they're marsupials.
See, this is her pouch.
Trader Joe's.
Trader Joey's.
Oh, cute. That's funny.
Actually, she's the Jill, technically. But yeah, so her mom came to us already pregnant, and she could continue having babies for the next 7 years. She could have up to 3 a year.
Really? I didn't know that.
I don't know. They can have up to 3 a year for the next 7 years. So they have 3 nipples inside their pouch, and they can give off 3 different kinds of milk for the 3 different stages of babies that they have.
What?
So they can give off one kind of milk that's like a whole milk for like the little itty bitty tiny baby that's like super creamy whole milk. And then they can give off one that's like a half and half for a baby like this size that's still like hopping in and out of the pouch, but like doesn't need the extra nutrients because it's eating on its own. And then the third nipple for the baby that's just like reaching inside to drink, that one gives off chocolate milk. That's why there's a kangaroo on the carton. Yeah,
Wait.
That's where chocolate milk comes from, Maya.
Sammy?
No, I'm just kidding. That sounds like a 2%.
Okay.
I love saying that to groups of people, and they're like, "Oh, is that why there's a kangaroo on the carton?"
Oh my god. You tell Cambria I said hi.
Maya said to say hi. What's up, babe?
I haven't met her. Hey, Panda, thank you so much for the $10. He asked, how much does she weigh? Do you have any idea?
Oh, man. Probably close to 10 pounds.
Okay, nice. For some reason,
her pouchy and everything.
My chat loves knowing how much animals weigh. It's like, I don't know. It's just like their thing. They like knowing about that.
We can do that.
We've learned so far I talked to American Eagle Foundation, and they had a bald eagle, and they said he weighed 6.5 pounds. And then
boy.
Yeah, I know. And the Purple Martin Conservation said purple martins weigh 50 grams.
Oh, very cool.
Tigers, 300 to 600 pounds. And giant Pacific octopuses, 100 pounds. And now baby kangaroo, 10 pounds. I know, isn't that insane?
10 pounds.
I talked to a guy on the last podcast, and he streams. He's trying to stream underwater.
Giant Pacific octopus. That's cool.
Yeah, isn't that neat? He sends a little vehicle under there and like talks about what he's seeing. It's so neat.
That's way cool.
Yeah.
Gosh, technology is so cool. I just learned how to use all this tonight.
I know. Yeah, guys, this is her brother's setup, but we're set up. It looks good.
I had no clue. Yeah, I know, it's really nice.
Don't worry, I'm gonna have you test on everything later.
So, here, you guys want to see her feet?
Yes.
Because they're kind of the cutest. Oh, look at these. Look at those big dutzers.
So weird.
Come here. Oh, she says no. Here, look, come here. Come out of the pouchy for a sec. Come out of the poochie. Oh, you are full of poop. Of course you are. Because what animal wouldn't be full of poop? Oh, there we go. There. Okay, now you guys can actually see her.
Her feet are they're so weird to look at.
You guys want to watch her go back in the pouch? Here, watch this. Whoop. They dive.
Oh no, your mic. Wait, I can't hear you, Sammy. She just knocked your mic. Okay.
They dive in head first, and then they flip themselves around.
Oh, good job. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. Aren't they they can kick really hard, right?
Yeah, they can. So she's a red kangaroo, which is the largest species of kangaroo. So when she's full grown, she's what's called a flyer or a blue. She'll be probably 60, maybe 80 pounds at most. But the male kangaroos can get 6 to 7 feet tall, and they can weigh 200 pounds or more.
Yeah, I've seen pictures of.
Send people flying if they kick them.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, and that's where the whole boxing myth came from. You see kangaroos boxing. It's because they got little teeny arms. And what they're trying to do is they're trying to grab onto you, and then they lean back on their big strong tail, and then they kick you. So it looks like they're trying to box with you, but they're not. They're just trying to kick you.
Have you ever been kicked by a kangaroo?
I have not. But in Australia, instead of teaching, I'm sure they teach you fire drills and stuff like that, but the most common drill they teach in school is the roo roll.
What is that?
You have to get down on the ground and tuck your head and roll around so that they can't kick you.
Oh my gosh.
With a wild kangaroo.
They're that aggressive, huh?
Yeah, they're super territorial. And they're super protective over their mob and stuff like that. And a mob of kangaroos can come into your front yard and decimate your entire lawn and all your plants and stuff in under
a mob.
2 hours.
Oh my god.
That's what a group of kangaroos is called.
That's crazy. That's so cool.
Yeah.
What's your favorite animal? Is it a beaver?
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah.
A dog.
A dog? Really?
Yeah.
Sammy, what? Sammy grew up at a zoo, and her favorite animal is a dog.
My dog. It's the best animal in the whole world.
Fair.
It was. We literally spent tens of thousands of years creating this perfect little being, and we take it for granted. Really.
Fair.
unconditional love. You don't get that anywhere else in the world. You don't even get that from cats.
True.
I'm just saying. Just saying. Yeah, they're just more and more ecstatic every time you come home. Even if you're gone for like 5 minutes. They still get excited.
Oh my
You can
gosh.
turn the mic off again, girl.
What is that?
What is it, Marilyn?
Oh my gosh.
Noms.
When do you
were
know
just
when
so
is she gonna
sweet.
be full grown?
Probably at about 2 years old.
Oh, okay.
She'll be full grown.
You
But
got a
like,
little time.
if you made a pouch big enough, like a full-grown male kangaroo would probably. Oh, it's fine. I'll tap it back on if she taps it off. A full-grown male kangaroo will even get back in a pouch if you made one big enough for him. They're big babies.
That's so funny. Guys, is the mic still too low? I can hear her fine.
You can hear fine?
Yeah. I feel like no, it's fine. It's okay. A little. It's fine. Okay, we're just gonna leave it. It's like a little low, but it's not a big deal.
What are you trying to do?
I don't know. They said it's a little. Is that any better?
Thank you. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Roshan, thank you for the $20. I appreciate that. And we went over 200. Now we're at $219, guys. Thank you so much. Thank you.
No.
Huh?
No, I'm talking to Topher.
Okay.
I want to tell.
Mike with $100. Mike, now we're at $319. Thank you so much. You're so generous. I don't understand. Dude.
Oh my god.
Yeah, thank you so
wanna see
much.
Something else just as cute?
Yes.
Here comes Cambria.
Yes! So cute.
I don't know. I may have to take these off for a second.
That's fine. Guys, Sammy's a trooper. She fractured her knee. So she for 10 weeks is in a brace and is wheeling around, but she's she's doing her best. Oh, yes. It's her favorite.
I just got out of the pond. Got it. Get over there.
It's your favorite.
It's my favorite.
Who is that?
It's a baby beaver.
Hello. Oh
name
my
is-
gosh.
His name is Timber.
That's so cute. That's such a good name. Oh my gosh, I love it.
Thanks. We thought so too.
How old is he?
He is, what, 4 months now? 3.5? Born in May. 3.5 months. Thank you. Oh, there we go. That'll do.
I think I've said on stream before, the worst bite that I've gotten from an animal is from that. Not that one in particular, but a baby beaver at the zoo.
They
Thank you
got
so
gnarly
much.
little chompers.
Yeah, and it didn't break skin. It just made a bruise that spread like over my whole thigh. It was so bad.
One of my friends that works at another zoo had to get like 6 stitches because a full-grown female beaver just went up her arm.
What's the worst animal-related injury that you've gotten?
Don't know. I really don't have a lot of animal
Me
related.
neither.
It's mostly me just falling over things or breaking my knee swing dancing or something.
Right. Yeah. I just mentioned that. You're in a brace.
I am. I'm in a really nice. They play the Bionic Woman theme song every time I walk into a room.
Guys, Sammy is like the most, she's like the busiest,
Look
most
at this.
hardworking person ever. When I heard she wasn't mobile, I like, oh my gosh. Like, okay, sorry. Tell us about Timber.
Okay, so this is Timber. Timber was born at our sanctuary. We have his mother and father, Bertha and Burl, and they are they're both over 20. So they came from a fur farm in Utah that got shut down, and Fish and Wildlife had to place 52 beavers, and asked us if we would take 25. We said no, because when we accept animals, we accept all of the responsibility for them, all of their medical bills, all of housing them, and house beavers. Takes a crazy amount of water because they actually can't defecate unless they're in water, and so their water's constantly dirty, so it has to get cleaned every single day. They eat a crazy amount of branches, so we'd be cutting down like the entire forest here to like feed them every day. But we settled for 10, and that's what we negotiated for. And then Bertha had babies, and so then there were 14. But we've housed out to other facilities the rest of them. So we just had Bertha and Burl left, and then they just had these guys recently.
Oh my gosh. Somebody asked what their tail feels like. Can you describe it? It's like leathery, isn't it?
Feels like leather. Oh, where are you going? Just snuggle in. Just don't chew on the cord, please.
And they're soft too. They're almost like silky.
They're so soft, especially when they're dry. They're just like, you just want to cuddle with them all the time.
How many did Bertha have this round?
4.
4?
Which is like a lot. They normally have like 2, maybe 3 at most, but she had 4. You're getting me all wet. I know. You're so cute.
And are they pretty much like precocial? Like they can swim like right away?
Yeah, immediately. So they're actually usually born inside the lodge. So they'll go to an area, they'll chop down a bunch of trees, they'll dam up water. When beavers hear running water, it is their natural instinct to go dam it up. And so they dam it up, it creates a little pond for them, and then they build their lodge in the middle of the pond. And then their entrance to the lodge is actually underwater. So when they have their babies, they have them inside. The babies can swim almost immediately, and then the mom will go out and eat things on purpose that make her gassy, so that it makes the babies gassy when they drink the milk, so that they can't get out of the lodge, so that they can't swim deep enough to like get out, so that they're stuck in there like little bobbers.
What the heck? I'm learning so much. That's so crazy. Why are you so attached to beavers? Because you like really, really like them.
Because I had this one that got shot in the tail by a hunter, and we pulled it through, and I had hand raised him from the time he was like 2 weeks old. And he followed me around everywhere, and he slept in bed with me, and he was my little buddy because he had to be with me 24/7 so that I could bottle feed him. So he was like my little best friend. And then I just fell in love with them, and I love their little feetsies. They have a second toenail on their back feet on one of the toes, and it's specifically for grooming. So they use that to groom. And then I had to teach him how to groom, so I used to have to like sit him with like tuck his little tail under in my lap and sit him up and groom his belly, so that he learned how to like groom his belly when he got out of the water. And then they rub their little faces.
Oh my gosh,
it's so cute.
They have such cute faces.
It's unimaginable. Yeah, and they look like they're smiling all the time. And then they just do this. And how can you just not fall in love with them?
He's so cozy.
They're a keystone species. So like areas that used to have beavers that don't have beavers anymore, it's like a really big problem, and they have to like go out and do all this stuff like out in the wild, because what happens is they create that dam, they create the lodge, they chew down all the trees in the area. What they're eating is not the actual like bark of the tree, and it's not the actual tree itself. They're eating the cambium layer, which is right under. It's that green stuff that like if you scratch a tree, it's that stuff right underneath. And so they're eating that, and then once they like decimate an area, they move to a new area. When that happens, that watering hole dries up, and they've been spending months and months pooping in that area and taking all the leaves, all the detritus and stuff, all the leaves that have fallen off the trees, and it's all settled at the bottom. It creates this super, super rich, fertile soil. And so when that water dries up, it creates a meadow. And the meadows are so important. And what they also did is the second part to growing things. So not only did they make that rich soil area with all these seeds that they've knocked off of the trees and the plants and whatever, they've also let light down to the forest floor again, so that all the new stuff can grow.
Right.
So then it creates homes for other animals, like all the fallen logs and stuff that they have, and thank you, all the fallen logs, and all the food, because of all the new grasses and stuff that's popping up for like deer and chipmunks and all those other little rabbits and woodland animals and stuff like that. So they're extremely important to the ecosystem, and they're changing the course of rivers. They're damming up certain areas.
I've talked about it briefly on stream, talking about like red tails and stuff, but can you explain what what it means to be a keystone species?
A keystone species, it essentially just means that environment can't survive without it.
Yeah.
So it's like the most important part of the circle of life there.
Right.
If you take that chunk out, there is not something you can replace it with. Like if we were to eradicate beavers, there's not another animal that we could bring in that would do the same, fulfill the same position. Like when they took when dodo birds went extinct, after they had them all on that island, and the pirates would come over and they'd eat all the dodo birds, and then all the dodo birds went extinct. The dodo birds were an important species, but we were actually able to replace them with wild turkeys. And some of the plants and stuff died off because the dodo birds died off, but they weren't a keystone species. Although they were important because they were one of the only seed dispersers on the island, we were able to recreate that position with other animals.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't be able to do that with something like the beaver or like the alligator or something like that. They can't be replaced.
Okay, got it. And so the males are smaller, but Bertha is big. How much
how much they weigh?
Yes, please.
Okay, so Bertha weighs about 72 pounds, which is like gigantic.
She's huge. What the heck?
It's the second largest species of rodent in the entire world. Does anyone know what the first is?
Chat.
Not you, Cambria.
Let's see, we got, right away. Capybara. Well done.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed.
I know, me too.
Rats.
So this is the second largest rat.
Close. Sorry.
The giant New York sewer rat. That would be the first.
Oh my god. That's terrifying. So it goes capybara, beaver.
North American beaver.
North American beaver.
Not European beaver. And then it goes Indian crested porcupine, African crested porcupine, and then I just learned the other one the other day, and I think it was up for debate between that and the European beaver. I don't remember.
Alrighty. Cool.
I don't remember. Oh, your little whiskers tickle so much. So the beavers actually kind of caused the Western movement because of the fur trade, because their fur is so valuable. Because of it being waterproof, it was so important to the pioneers. And so beaver trapping was a huge thing, and beaver breeding was a huge thing. And so like that fur farm that got shut down, they actually stopped using beavers for fur in the 1950s. But the guy that was doing it loved the animal so much that he kept all of them and just kept breeding them and taking care of them. But
how's their
so they can see your face one more time?
how's their vision? Oh, hello. Oh my gosh.
Chill. Look at there.
He's so chunky.
Oh. I know. And then, okay, so you girls, have you ever, or guys, I mean, sometimes they have to do this in hospitals where you take, like a shot of castor oil, or like girls,
God.
It's in a lot of.
Stop! I hate when you talk about this because I use it. Like I use straight castor oil.
Yeah, you use it on your eyelashes, don't you?
Yeah, not anymore. But I mean, literally not anymore. But I did until you told me.
Castor oil comes from the anal area of a beaver. So that's what you're rubbing on your face. And that's what you're drinking.
I didn't know you could take shots of it.
Yeah, they do it for it's like people have to do it for some sickness sometimes. Beavers also carry giardia.
Yes.
That's why they nicknamed giardia beaver fever. And like a lot of dog owners have like taken their dogs out to rivers and streams and stuff, and their dogs end up getting giardia from it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is not fun.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you want to lose 20 pounds really quick, but.
Yeah, well, folks, if you want, castor oil is great for hair growth. So.
It is. It's really good for you.
Yeah, it is.
It's kind of like bee puke is honey. That's great for you too.
How is their vision and their hearing?
Thank you so much. Their hearing and vision isn't all that great. I mean, it's not like less than anything normal, but like their hearing is just, it's whatever. But they use their tails to communicate with. They use it to like slap on the ground or on the top of the water really hard. They use it for the mud and whatever too, but they'll use it to communicate with each other. And they make little like grunting and moaning noises. Like Bertha, when she's just pleased with the babies, will like over to them and like grab them by the foot and like, yeah, she's like, we're not swimming right now, like get out of the water.
That's so funny. I love Bertha.
Burl just chills around.
Yeah.
He's like, whatever, let mom deal with it.
Yeah, he's like significantly smaller.
Yeah.
That's
He probably only weighs like 40 pounds. Maybe
yeah.
even, like, 30
She's
pounds.
she's a
Like,
beast.
he's tiny compared to him. Yeah, he's not much bigger than these guys anymore. He's only like this much bigger.
Wow.
Yeah.
They're growing
So
so fast.
I think these ones are gonna be girls because they're like, they've almost caught up with him and they're not that old yet.
Yeah, they're really hard to sex, huh? Or like.
It's all a cloaca, so it's all the same
Oh.
on all of them.
Beavers have a cloaca?
It's not called a cloaca.
But it's the same
beaver?
concept.
Same concept.
Cloaca, guys, on a bird is what they pee and poo out of. So it's
Yeah.
one hole.
So it's not exactly that, but it's all the same coming out. So like even if you turn them over and like try and push everything out to sex them, you really can't. Which was a
Interesting.
really hard thing to Google because how do you look up what beaver genitalia look like without getting inappropriate things that come up on your search feed?
Fair point. So wait, so you can't learn, or you can't.
Very difficult.
You won't actually know the sex until they're full grown, and
I mean, we could have them DNA tested.
Yeah.
But I mean, we don't care whether they're boys or girls, so
Right.
we're not going to unnecessarily stick needles in them to draw blood, which is also really hard on a beaver as well because their fur is so, and because they live in such harsh climates, they're living in that snow melt and stuff, their veins are way deep under their skin, and if you come near a vein with a needle, they will often just close up to protect itself. So their body will just like, if they get a limb caught in something, they'll just chew off the limb and the veins and let it heal.
Wait. If they get a limb caught in something, they'll chew off their foot and their veins will close up.
Yeah, they'll chew it off slowly and then their veins will close as they do it. And so they won't like bleed out or anything. It happens with a lot of animals. It'll happen with a lot of animals with their tails. Like I've seen foxes do it too. Often.
Jeez. That's crazy.
You drooled on me. Thank you.
And then what? It just becomes like a stub of a foot?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
I don't know that they'd necessarily be able to survive really well with that because it'd give them like a lesser advantage of survival, but you pretty much have to be perfect to live in the wild. But they could potentially survive with it. One of their main predators is river otters.
Really?
Yep.
I didn't know that.
To the lodge. Yeah, river otters are
gnarly.
They're gnarly.
They're nippy.
They're super gnarly. Yeah, they can't be for sure.
That's crazy because they're like, I think of them as being so much like smaller and like more slender.
No, there's totally videos on YouTube of like otters backing down full grown like black bears in the wild.
Oh wait, I think I've seen things like that.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
Like they're gnarly little creatures.
Yeah.
They definitely hold their own. But they'll just swim up into the lodges of these guys and grab them.
Oh, that's so sad.
And they're vicious little predators.
Jeez. Timber. Yeah. I can't get over that name. That's so perfect. I love it. Timber. Do the other ones have names?
Timber. No, not quite yet.
Okay.
No, we haven't decided yet. One of the contenders.
What is?
Waldo.
Nice. Yeah. That's so cute.
And then, what were the angry beavers' names? Norbert. Yeah, Norbert and Daggett.
Oh my gosh.
One of our volunteers wanted us to name them.
That was me.
Oh.
That was Cambria.
Cambria's all me. That was me.
That's
what I wanted.
Okay, you want to say bye, baby bee?
No, I would like to keep snuggling.
Bye, Timber.
Oh, I don't know.
Chat, say bye, smile. Oh, the toe. Yeah.
You're so sneaky.
Yeah, they smell.
They smell terrible.
Yeah.
Now I smell terrible.
Yeah.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
Does it make a difference?
Yeah, so the cords
Oh, well. I don't think it makes a difference to me. They were telling me my headphones were on backwards.
Whatever. I don't know anything about technology either. Hey, look, American Eagle Foundation is in the chat. Hi, Connor.
Hi.
Sammy. Connor. Weird. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he was the first guest on the podcast.
I watched his whole one.
You did? How cool! Yeah, he brought on a bunch of birds.
Yeah.
Sweet. We love birds here.
I watched it.
Did you know that,
In bed,
Sammy, a bunch of people on the internet call me Bird Girl? Isn't that hysterical?
That doesn't shock me.
Sammy's the one who got me into falconry, basically.
Okay.
Sammy's a falconer, also. Who is this? Oh my goodness! Mr. Lee!
Oh, guys.
Okay, I'm so excited because this is, like, I think the most interesting animal at the zoo.
What are you? Oh, are you watching it on the TV?
Yeah.
Oh, they put it up on the TV screen behind me. So I'm
Nice.
You guys laughing at the wall.
Debut.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, what is
so
that?
this is a slow loris. This is one of only 2 in captivity in North America. His name is Mr. Lee, and he is a venomous primate. So he has a neurovenom that he can bite you with, but it's not like a rattlesnake or anything. So it's not like injectable, or they don't have it like in glands. They then inject like through their teeth or something. What happens is they have a secretion in their brachial gland, so between their elbow and their armpit. And then when they get upset, they start making that secretion, and then they start licking the inside of their arm, and mixing it with their saliva is what creates the neurotoxin.
How dangerous is the neurotoxin? What would happen if you bit you?
It can kill you.
Okay.
So that's why.
Hi, Mr. Lee, but he is so cute. Oh my gosh.
I know.
Thank you.
I called him his ASPCA eyes.
Yeah, no
I think
kidding.
Sarah McLachlan should always be playing in the background.
He loves being scratched. Guys, this is the picture, obviously, in the tweet that I put out this morning. If you guys saw that, are they the only venomous primate? Are like pygmy? So slow lorises are venomous, but pygmy lorises aren't.
I don't think it's as strong a venom, but to be totally honest, I don't really know because I've never had a pygmy loris, and I really only know what we have. Hi. Oh, you going back for the ear scratchies?
So okay, he's one of 2 in captivity.
The other one's at Duke University.
Okay.
And it's
And why are they so endangered? Why are there so few?
They're so endangered because they're so dang cute.
Yeah.
Because over in Southeast Asia where they live, Java, Java, Sumatra, and all those other, Indonesia, all those other islands, they grab them out of the wild. They pull out all their teeth and all their claws without any anesthesia. They stick a sweater on them so they can't lick their brachial gland, and then they bring them over to take pictures with tourists and make tourists pay $20, and then the animal dies within a few weeks of infection. And then they just go grab another one and another one and another one and another one, and there's barely any left anymore. They might come out.
Yeah, I've seen lots of videos online of people that have these as like pets.
Yeah.
So,
there are pygmy lorises inside zoos, but there's no other slow lorises.
Yeah. My
God,
goodness, look at him. How old is he?
He is 12 years old, I think now.
12. Nice. Do you know what the lifespan is?
I believe they can get up to 30, 40 years.
Hooray! Good, so he'll be around a while. What does he eat?
Be with us. Okay, so because he's one of only 2, he gets spoiled more than any other animal in the world.
Uh-huh.
I swear. He gets fresh, hand-cooked butternut squash, cut up with no peel every night. He gets cut up hard-boiled egg. He gets cut up banana, but he likes it with the peel around the outside because he doesn't like touching the banana, so he holds onto the peel and gets a lot of it. And then he gets a whole bowl of wormies, and he gets black tea for his liver so that it stays nice and healthy. And he gets Noosa vanilla bean yogurt. I don't even get Noosa vanilla bean yogurt.
Oh my gosh.
Because he
That
doesn't
sounds
like any of the
good.
other flavors. I know. And it's expensive. And then he, what else? He gets juice. Like fruit juice that like
Fruit
crazy
juice.
stuff at the grocery store. Yeah. Like other expensive stuff. He's just spoiled.
Yeah.
And he really likes Marcoma almonds specifically.
Uh-huh.
So the only expensive nut. Macadamia nuts.
Okay, so you have him in the box. Can you tell us about their hands?
Yeah.
Or why you're not holding him?
So, aside from him being venomous, because he does have to like create the venom before he uses it, the other thing that is an issue is that he has extra capillaries in his fingers, so he has extra blood flow. So literally, when he hangs on to something, he can like choose never to let go. They've like even shot them in the wild, and they still can't peel them off the trees because they have all those extra capillaries. So they never lose blood flow in their hands, so they can hang on as tight as they want, as long as they want. And that's why we named him Mr. Lee, after the kung fu martial arts. Yeah.
So like, if you were holding him or something, and he were to grab onto you, like, and you know, he started.
And then he decided he was getting upset. Then I would kind of be in trouble.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, he loves scratchies.
How long have you guys had him for?
We've had him for about six years now.
Nice.
Hello.
What is that? This is a slow loris for those of you who are just tuning in here.
Slow loris. He's one of two in the United States, actually in North America, in captivity.
What's your favorite primate?
Ooh.
I don't have an answer to that. A lemur?
Probably lemurs.
I like lemurs. I don't know.
I wish somebody would scratch me and massage me like this.
I know. Look at, oh my gosh, he's living.
No.
He loves it. How many, do they have 5 fingers, 5 toes on?
And they have one little short one for pollinating, and they have one long nail for grooming.
They're pollinators?
And then they actually have a secondary tongue underneath their first tongue that's specifically designed for catching pollen.
What? That's so cool. I didn't know that. Look at his little ears. So he has huge eyes. Are they nocturnal?
They are completely nocturnal. So this is like his bedtime, and the bright lights don't seem to be bothering him, but he is very happy to close his eyes. But it's probably, what time is it right now?
5:50.
He usually gets up around like 7:30.
Okay. So their vision is like really good at night, not so great during the day, or okay during the day?
No, I mean, it's fine during the day. It's just the same, but they can see really well at night, so they can catch even the tiniest bit of light. Oh.
Isn't he like, what is the word I'm looking for? Like unexpectedly fast? Can he move really fast?
Oh yeah. He
Like,
can, like chase you, like move fast.
Yeah.
They can actually. They're so fast they can catch a bird mid-flight.
What?
Out of the air.
Oh
One
my
of their
gosh.
favorite foods is finches and lizards.
What on earth? He's so cute. He's such a gnarly little creature. I love him so much. Oh my gosh.
I know, the cutest things are the gnarliest predators. Oh, ladies.
Yeah. Oh my god. And you just have to like constantly scratch him.
Otherwise he starts running.
Oh.
Otherwise he bolts.
Oh my god.
He's like, no more scratchies. I'm out of here. What else is there to do? I'm kind of the same way though.
Fair. He is.
Okay. Yeah, I just can't run right now because I'm only on one leg.
Oh my gosh, Sammy, that sucks so bad. I feel so bad.
Oh my god, I'm such a doer.
Wait, so okay, yeah, I was saying that before. Is when I found out you weren't mobile, I was like, oh my gosh, it's over. Sammy grew up at the zoo, works at the zoo, works as a falconer, works so hard, like harder than anybody I know. Like, I got into falconry because of the zoo. Because there's a whole bird of prey yard. And when I started my internship, I don't know if you remember when I started, I was not into birds at all. I was like...
I remember.
Yeah, I was like, I like primates and mammals, and I came out being like, I like birds. Like, I want the birds.
And now you're the bird girl.
Yeah, literally, apparently. Isn't that so ridiculous?
Bean's doing pretty good.
Yeah. Good.
By the by.
I miss him a lot. How did you get into falconry? Because your mom?
Yeah, because of my mom. My mom's been a master falconer for 26 years now.
26 years. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, she's been a falconer for like 32 years.
So you do a different thing
31,
with falconry than I do, because I do
falconry-based bird abatement. So I fly hawks and falcons to keep pest birds off of whatever product, whether it be seagulls from carrying away stuff from landfills and spreading it all over the place, or seagulls off of compost plants, or even seagulls off of pools at like the Ritz-Carlton and stuff. And starlings off of vineyards, pigeons out of cities, all sorts of stuff like that. So it's a natural-based pest abatement. And yeah.
And you use, what birds do you use for that?
Harris hawks, and then I have peregrine falcons, but a lot of people use like saker falcons or all sorts of different falcons.
She said saker falcons.
Mainly saker falcon. Mainly for hawks, it's Harris hawks, because they're kind of like the puppy dogs of the bird world.
So Saito in chat asked, is there, like, what does it mean to be a master falconer? What's the criteria for that?
So it's basically like, so you're an apprentice for 2 years, and then once your apprenticeship is over, your sponsor signs you off and says they've learned what they need to learn to be able to do this on their own and whatever, and then you become a general falconer. And then after 5 years of general falconry, you can apply to become a master falconer. And then once you're a master falconer, when you're an apprentice, you can fly either kestrels or red-tail hawks. When you're a general falconer, you can fly like hawks and falcons and kind of whatever in those species. And I don't think you can hunt with owls or anything, but I think you can own them. I'm not sure. But then when you become a master falconer, you can then have golden eagles, and you can hunt with golden eagles.
Golden eagles are huge and scary.
Pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, that is really cool. I've seen videos of Thunder flying recently. Yeah. Thunder's a bald eagle at the zoo, guys. Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah, he's free flown all over the country a few times in his life, but he's been kind of dormant for the last year or so. And he got fat and lazy, so he's been getting back in shape and doing his big free flights again.
How many bald eagles are at the zoo?
We have currently 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Currently.
8. Nice. That's so cool.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. When I was 10 years old, I flew all the way to Alaska for my birthday to go see bald eagles in the wild, even though I have them in my backyard. And now, like, because we've done such a good job with the conservation and the rehabilitation of the bald eagle population in California, I get to like walk outside my house, and sometimes there's a bald eagle sitting there, and it literally like it makes me tear up right now.
Yeah.
So cool.
Oh my gosh, Sammy!
I am. I think it's so cool.
This is a good segue to talk about. Did you look into the thing that I sent you?
Yeah. So
I talked about this on stream. I talked about this on stream, and I tweeted about it. There are changes that have been made to the Endangered Species Act. And
go ahead.
For what I know, they've made it so that it's now okay to consider economic impact when deciding whether or not to protect the species. So
basically, I talked to some people at other zoos that handle all the legal stuff for like Busch Gardens and San Diego Zoo and stuff like that. And basically what we all started a group chat, because they actually have all the information about it from the government, which it's not up for public comment yet. So we don't actually get to see the actual verbiage of what has been amended in the act yet. But basically what it boils down to is it's easier to delist a species so that you can go in and like completely wash out that habitat. It's easier, consider economic impacts before placing a species on the list. Don't consider climate change as an issue anymore. and then they limit the definition of the foreseeable future. So that's basically what it boiled down to. And they kind of gave me like, I'll read this to you guys because I thought it was pretty cool. Like the history of the Endangered Species Act. The Endangered Species Act was passed in 1973 to protect the plants and animal life that was threatened with extinction as a consequence of economic growth and development uninterrupted by adequate concern and conservation. So the act was written to protect not only endangered species, but also the ecosystems upon which they depend on. So there's 4 parts to conservation. There's research. Obviously, if you don't know about it, you can't do anything. There's propagation, if you can't reproduce. There's habitat protection, and then there's education. Because you can have all 3 of these things. You can have the propagation, you can have the research, and you can have the habitat protection. But unless the public knows about it and cares about it, unless you have the education with it, none of this matters. Which is kind of what's happening right here, which is kind of the problem. The public isn't, it's not enough pushback. It's not enough the economic growth of it for the big companies. They don't care because they refuse to look at what essentially the foreseeable future will be without these animals and what it does. I mean, if you just look at like the wolves in Yellowstone and them reintroducing those, they changed the course of rivers and streams, and certain animals came back, like species came back, and all this stuff, like the habitat completely changed. Or like bringing back the alligators. When we wiped out the alligators, we saw whole hills eroding because the animals were overpopulating that like eat all the shrubbery and stuff. So the hills weren't being held up. The estuaries weren't being made because alligators make the estuaries. So the hydrologic cycle ended. And there were whole herds of deer that we had to go out and euthanize that had snotty legs or snotty noses and 5 legs, because they don't take out the young, strong buck. They take out the old and the weak and the sick. And so when we took them out, it just threw everything off. And alligators are a keystone species as well, like we talked about earlier. But it creates a problem for everything. And we completely killed that entire ecosystem, that entire habitat. We killed the swampland. And how we got the alligators back is kind of what's going on. So we teamed up with the people that were selling alligators for meat and for leather. And they funded us saving the alligators.
Right.
On the stipulation that they got 50%.
Yeah. But it's such a weird, it's like the weirdest story in conservation.
Everything's a legal battle all the time.
Right.
And sometimes you got to give a little to get a little. So what we did is we went out and we snatched the alligator eggs. We brought them back into laboratories. We incubated them. And when they were big enough, 50% of those babies went back out in the wild and 50% of them went to a meat farm. And we saved the alligator. We did such a good job that they're in places that they've never been before. But it's kind of like everything's political.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
So you, a little bit back, you said that the problem is that there's not enough pushback. I have this link, you guys, and this is something that I tweeted about before, and I talked about it on stream before. But if you, I just put a B in chat. You can email your congressman, and you can like pledge your support for okay, relax, you guys, it was an accident. But put in your information, and it gives you a pre-written email. If you've already done it, thank you so much. If you haven't, do it. It's super, super fast. You don't have to write anything out. It gives you an email, you can send it, and it just shows them that there are people that care about it, and that's really important. So, yeah, I was at work, I was on my lunch break at work in my car when I saw the article about the changes. I just cried in my car at work. It was awful. Yeah. It sucked so bad. I was just sitting in my car alone crying. Oh my gosh.
Hey, it's okay. I cry too.
Yeah.
I just cried talking about bald eagles.
Yeah.
Being a passionate animal person makes you a crier.
True. I'm definitely a crier. Okay. Well, thank you for,
So true.
I definitely wanted to get your perspective on that, because it's hot in conservation news for sure.
Yeah, it is. I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about something happy now.
Okay, sweet.
Well, at least cute. Oh my god, this is a very mushy banana.
A banana. Guys, what do you think it is? Chat? Guesses? He's getting a banana. Who is that? It's
Come here,
Smeagol.
puppies. Come on, sit up. Look. Look at this.
Yay, Smeegs. Oh my gosh. Who knows who this is? Who knows what this is?
Gonna get...
Oh my gosh, Sammy.
I know you thought him standing up and eating a banana was cute, but
A meerkat, an ape, a lemur, a bear, panda,
those are all pretty common guesses that we get.
a Tasmanian devil. All good guesses.
Ooh, no, but I would.
And citrus.
Have a
Citrus got it. That would be sick, yeah. Citrus got it. It is a kinkajou. Yes, 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 yes. Well done.
Uh-huh. I know, not a common one. This is a kinkajou. His name is Smeagol. And although he looks like a hybrid between a meerkat, monkey, bear... Oh, did you see the microphone?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah, whatever, don't care. A banana. That went by quick. He is actually a relative to the raccoon. So they're a procyon.
Oh my gosh. It took me so long to remember that word.
Yeah.
So long. And he loves bananas and he wants your drink. He's like going through that banana.
Ginger ale is not for for little kinkajous.
Honey,
Oh, I know.
I wanted to point out that someone actually did get it in the comments.
I know, they did. Oh, I know, we heard it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't hear her. So.
I know you can't hear her.
Thank you so much.
Did somebody make a joke?
They were funny.
Oh, they were funny.
They are pretty funny.
We only tell that joke about Gabe. He's our Jewish co-founder.
Chat, they're reading you.
For
Everybody,
the person that,
chat,
that
say
made
hi.
that comment.
You were ahead of the game.
Oh my god, these are hilarious. I haven't been reading the chat the whole
You
time.
can say hi, Cambria. Hi, Topher.
Well, Sammy, there's
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
there's 1,000.
They're saying hello to you.
Oh, hello. There's 1,300 people watching.
Oh my
Just
god.
so you know.
Okay.
A lot of people.
Yeah. So I'll go on about the kinkajou. So the kinkajou is a South American relative to the raccoon. Because of their feet, they have the same ankles as a raccoon. I know, what is that? Oh, Meg, that's what I said when I put them on too. And so they can flip them around backwards, just like your wrist. So they can go up a tree head first, down a tree, under the branches, over the branches, any which way they want to. And then they have this. Just you wait.
Whoa.
Oh, hang by your tail. I know, we're not far enough away from the camera. But they can completely support their whole body weight by their tail. So they're running around the branches like 200 feet up in the air in the Amazon rainforest. They're nocturnal, so that's why he's got his big eyes. The other thing I want to point out that people ask about all the time is the little bald spots on his face.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So we'll talk about those in a second. Those are not because he's like old or anything. Those are on purpose. They run around the rainforest at night. They're a seed disperser, just like monkeys and other things. They eat the fruit, they eat the seeds. Seeds get processed in their belly. Thank you for the banana schmutz in my dress. And then they're pooping out the seeds. And then in the rainforest, there's a lot of rain, and so the seeds grow. The other really important job that they have in that rainforest is that these guys are nicknamed the honey bear. Are you just snuggling up to go to sleep?
Winnie the
We're
Pooh.
gonna stay awake for the podcast. Yeah, this is like literally the real life Winnie. Like A.A. Milne should have been making it after this instead of teddy bear. But these guys will go over to the beehives. They'll raid the beehives. They usually have big long claws. His were taken out because he was part of the illegal pet trade, so he doesn't have any canines or claws because they didn't want him to be able to scratch or bite them. And they'll rip open the beehives and they'll steal all the honey out of the inside. But their fur is actually so thick that the bees can't sting them through it. And they're usually doing it when they're sleeping because they're nocturnal. Now, when they can't find a beehive to raid, they'll go over to like the flowers and stuff. There are certain flowers in the Amazon rainforest that only bloom at night. And okay, wait, here. Anybody know what the #1 pollinator in the entire world is?
The #1 pollinator in the entire world. Chat?
Pollinator.
Are you stuck? Camels, ants,
Yeah.
monkey, snail, bee, honeybees,
bee.
bats,
Good one though.
plants,
Bat. There it was.
bats. Well done. I'm sorry I didn't read
Bats.
your name in chat, but good job.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. Bats are the #1 pollinator in the entire world. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is
I
crazy.
don't know how they
didn't know that.
calculate that, but
Yeah,
I guess that's what I've heard.
that is very cool.
But these guys and bats pollinate flowers at night. So they actually, inside that tiny little head of his, he has a 7.5-inch long tongue. It's like this big.
Mhm.
To reach down all the way to the bottom. If you guys have ever had a honeysuckle, do not lick that in public, sir.
Sneeze.
He's like, gotta clean myself. I guess we'll just see what you're gonna do then. Sir, are you done yet? Okay, no, we're just gonna talk over you. Animals are animals.
Yeah. No, yeah.
I mean,
He wants your
thank
hand.
you. I don't want you to lick my hand now. No, please don't stick your tongue down my ear like you like to do. Yeah. Not. Or in my mouth. No, thank you.
What about up the nuts?
Naughty.
Oh my gosh.
So they use that long tongue to, oh god, this is gonna sound bad now. They use it to pollinate flowers, and they have those little bald spots on their face, and those are, first off, they're scent glands, but because they're scent glands, they're always sticky, so they'll collect pollen all over those, and it's like a big factor in their pollinating. And they actually pollinate a flower that only grows in the Amazon rainforest. It only blooms at night. And when you take it and you crush it up and you make it into a pill, and you give it to a child with certain forms of leukemia, it can cure some forms of child leukemia. And him and bats are the ones that pollinate that flower.
Nature is so crazy.
Pretty freaking cool.
How do you even find that out? Like, what on earth? Okay, so they're important. Kinkajous and bats are the only ones that pollinate that flower.
Yeah, and that flower they've tried to recreate in greenhouses and all sorts of stuff, and they can't.
Yeah.
They can't do it. It's so specific to that environment and to these pollinators and stuff that it won't grow anywhere else. And
Do you know what the flower's called?
No, and I keep trying to find it, and I can't seem to find it. I think it's probably in like some research articles, but I don't really know how to do like the whole dark web thing, which there's a lot more of like actual research stuff on there, but I can't seem to find it on any of our normal stuff. Are you just being sleepy?
Giddy, thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate that. So guys, now if you type Command ESA in chat, it'll give you that link where you can email your congressman. So thank you for doing that. So Command ESA and Command Guest if you want to learn more about ZooToYou. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
The flower.
Now?
What else is there about Kinkajou? So they're prehensile. Their tails are prehensile.
They have a fully prehensile tail. Here, look.
How old is Smeagol?
Smeagol is probably in his late teens or early 20s.
Okay. Is he kind of big for a Kinkajou?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's huge. He's huge for a Kinkajou. They're normally like way smaller. Like his girlfriend that he lives with is like half his size.
Yeah.
And the boy at our other facility is like half his size.
Yeah.
And that's totally normal for Kinkajous. He's just a beastie. You're interested in the kangaroo down here.
She's just hanging out in her pouch down
Never
there.
this calm. Yeah, she's hanging on the armrest.
Oh my god, so cute.
Yeah, we usually wear on our backpack or something.
She sleeps.
Yeah,
Does she sleep a lot? Huh.
Yeah, pretty much. She's a baby.
Yeah.
Eats and sleeps and poops. Bounces around sometimes. Oh.
Yawn. Sleepy. Speaking of sleepy, the last guest that I had on here, thank you, appreciate that. Last guest that I had on here was she's a PhD student at Stanford and she's studying big cat genomics and lion conservation. She taught us that lions sleep like 22 hours a day. That is so much. That's so much more than I thought.
Cats are sleepy animals.
Yeah, no kidding.
Tuck in. Good night.
He said it's the middle of the night. it's
You know how bright these lights are?
Yeah, no, I know. I have a ring light too.
You want to
It's
go back?
pretty nuts.
You want me to turn down the lights?
No.
He's like Superman. I love when he like tucks his legs back like that. He's so cute. Hello, bye.
Did we tell you they could fly?
Okay,
Oh yes, they can fly, chat. Kinkajous can fly. Quote me.
so we're gonna go into our favorite part.
Ooh. I don't even know what it is. I like. We did not go over this before stream, so I don't know who this is.
You can't lift them this way without.
Oh, I know
Your
who
way.
that
You take
is.
the kangaroos.
Another flying one.
Chat guesses: a giraffe, a fox, a pog ewe, an elephant, a hippo.
This one, I think we're gonna have to bring in Cam and Topher for this one.
Shark,
in a sec.
cheeto, a banana, a snail, kangaroo, whale, snake, cobra, leopard. Whale. Megalodon. Cheeto.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That'd be sick. Oh my gosh, Sammy, we'd be
He's
famous.
what? Cranky?
Croc, lemur, tortoise, platypus, rhino.
No, he's fine. Just hold on to his head.
Start going that way.
Just
My
you wait.
favorite.
Is it our friend Julius?
It is our friend Julius.
Hooray! A toucan, a sugar glider, a Garfield. Oh no. Scuff stream.
I'm your biggest fan.
Yeah, we didn't need that fan because Cambria is my biggest fan.
Cambria!
There we
Thank
go.
you. Okay,
Look who
so
it
this
is.
is Julius.
Squeezer.
This is Julius Squeezer.
Julius Squeezer. Hi, big man. Oh my gosh. Okay,
Anybody
what is...
like snakes?
Anybody in chat like snakes? Heck no, I'm out. No smile.
Don't leave.
No smile. Me smile.
No.
Yes, we got a couple yeses. What kind of snake is Julius?
Julius is a Burmese python. He's probably not even quite half grown yet, so he'll be about 30 feet when he's full grown.
How much
And,
does he weigh?
About 71 pounds.
That's a lot. Guys, one time I was doing a show with the zoo during my internship, and it was like a walk around thing where we had the animals, and I had Julius. I had to wrap him around me like 3 or 4 times on my waist and hold him like this, and his head was just over my shoulder, and I was walking around like,
Yeah.
guys, this is Julius. Isn't he a constrictor? Yes, he is. However,
Yes, he is.
he's not gonna squeeze Sammy. Don't worry.
No, I don't smell like rats, so I don't smell like a food item. I can try and hold him up here so you guys can see.
There we
You're just
go.
gonna wrap me up with him.
Yep,
Okay,
have
I'll
fun.
take him. Okay, cool. Yep.
He's a good snake.
Don't
I
worry.
like him a lot. He's
He is
he's so
indeed.
comfy cozy. Oh. How did you say how old he is?
We have no idea.
Oh, okay.
So
There it goes.
thank you. No, we have no idea how old he is. Where are you going? Okay, bye. They as quickly or as slowly as you want them to.
Mm.
So he's probably only grown about like 3-4 feet since we've got him, and we've
Mhm.
had him for probably like 10 years. But I mean, if we wanted to, we could get him to grow like a foot a year.
We got a question in chat. Someone
Um,
said, "How do snakes make more snakes?"
So I will show you.
Oh, boys and girls.
Boys
To
and
us.
girls, are you ready to learn a little anatomy? Come here. I need the tail. Okay, so he is a boy. So he has these 2 little spurs right here
Mm-hmm.
and there, and those will hook onto the girl, and then they kind of like tangle up and
Nice.
do the thing.
Also, somebody asked, "Are they invasive in Florida?" Can you tell me if
Yes,
this
they
is
are.
okay?
It is a really big issue, and kind of the status on that right now. If you ask Fish and Wildlife, they kind of go, "We don't know what's going to happen because they can't eradicate them."
I heard that
And
reticulated pythons are already in Florida. Correct? Or is that wrong?
or what?
I heard that people have Burmese pythons as pets, which are massive
Mhm.
snakes, and then there are reticulated pythons either that are already in Florida or that people are also releasing. And reticulated
People are
pythons,
also releasing. So they've now made it illegal to sell Burmese pythons in the state of Florida because of the issue.
really?
So they can't sell them in pet stores or anything anymore. But people buy them in a pet store like this big,
Right.
and then
They
they
get
get
huge.
this big and this big and this big, and then they get this big,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, instead of feeding them small rats or mice or something, you're feeding them whole rabbits. Or heaven forbid, when they get like 30 feet, they have to have their own room in your house. Like Petco doesn't sell that size terrarium,
Yeah.
and you're feeding them like a deer,
Right.
and so
You're feeding
also-
your pet a deer. I can't. Okay. No, but I think I watched a documentary or read something where like,
Mhm.
because Burmese pythons are so huge and reticulated pythons are so aggressive, and they're both being released into the wild in Florida, so they're breeding together and making this huge aggressive super snake that's invasive and like out of control. What a nightmare.
Right?
People are the
Like
worst.
the cane toads and stuff. Oh, I know. Well, it's like there's whole wild flocks of monkeys or flocks of macaws, and then wild troops of monkeys and stuff in like Florida and stuff.
Yeah.
And like in LA, there's whole flocks of macaws that live just
Yeah.
because
I've
people
heard about
release.
that. Someone, Died a Survivor said, how often do they shed? I think it depends on how big their
How
terrarium
much
is.
they eat, how big they are.
Yeah.
He probably sheds about 4 times a year,
Okay.
sometimes more.
And he eats like once a month
On the blanket.
Yeah, he eats about once a month.
and like a rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like anywhere between a 6 and 10 pound rabbit.
Got it.
And we don't feed anything live, for those of you who want to know. Everything we feed out is already pre-euthanized and humanely done, and then we freeze everything for a minimum of 3 days before we feed it out to make sure that they're not they don't have any viruses or anything like that they can spread to the animal. And we don't feed anything live for a few reasons. A, because it's not fair to the animal getting eaten, because nature is not pretty. They don't always kill it right away or do it correctly. And B, it could hurt the animal that's eating it. If it fights back or something, it could potentially hurt our animal. So we're hurting 2 animals in the process, and it's just completely unnecessary to feed out live things.
Right. So do all the snakes, even if they're smaller, they eat like once a month at the zoo?
Mm-hmm. The smaller ones, like the smaller ones, will eat twice a month.
Okay.
They'll eat every 2 weeks.
Got it.
Yeah. If they want to. Sometimes they don't want to. Sometimes they're not hungry, and so they'll go a month. But most of the time they eat
Some
every 2
kind of
weeks.
auto chest asked, is it true that they shed more to heal their injuries?
Yes, they will. If they have like a big injury, they will eat more so that they shed more.
There you go.
Because they're
That makes
shedding
sense.
to kind of like fit their new skin.
Right.
So they'll eat more so that their body grows, so that their body tries to shed more to make room for their new scales.
Ooh, tell us about how they smell. The organ.
Oh, okay. They smell with their tongue. He's all comfy down here. I know he's like napping down at my feet, but they smell with their tongue.
How am I to look at this?
It weirds me out so much. Is it called a
Topher said he sent a picture
Topher sent me a picture?
Yeah.
Okay.
on Discord.
Stand by.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, hang on. I just
Oh, that's cute.
what?
Oh, he's sleeping. He was sleeping
Of
on my
him
foot.
sleeping.
At my feet.
You
He's now
can't
sleeping
really
on my
see.
lap.
It's him just like
I
resting
can't.
his head. It's very cute.
Yeah. Hello. So they smell with their tongue. What they do is they stick their tongue out, they wiggle it around, and they collect all these particles that are floating around in the air, and then they bring it back into their mouth, and they put it up in 2 holes in the roof of their mouth called a Jacobson's organ. And then that's how they smell. How you smell is you collect those same particles just up your nose.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, if you have like fresh cut grass and you go outside and you can smell the fresh cut grass, that's little itty bitty particles of grass floating around in the air, and then they go. Or if it's like you're at a pizza parlor and you can smell the pizza, that's little itty bitty pieces of pizza floating around and they go up your nose.
Mm-hmm.
Or if you step in a big pile of dog poop and you can smell the poop,
Mm-hmm.
it's little itty bitty pieces of poop going up your nose.
Mm-hmm. So for
Mhm.
snakes, it's on their tongue.
Yeah, not
Hooray.
for us, thank goodness. Yeah.
We were so
And then when they
lucky.
smell some, who knew? Who knew how lucky we were to smell out of our noses instead of out of our mouths?
Where's he
He's going
going?
for. I don't know. He's going though. Nope. My assistants are looking at something. Bye, Julius. I'll see you later.
He's out.
So
I'm going back home.
their
He's gonna get himself so tangled.
Yeah, he is.
their teeth are backward facing.
Their teeth are pointed backwards, and they're super sharp and they're clear. So, like, if we were to get bit, my mom got a snake tooth stuck one time, and she had to go through surgery a few years later, made her whole side of her finger. A few years later, she went through surgery to get it removed, and it took them 3.5 hours to find it.
What?
Because they're
I didn't know that.
transparent. Yeah.
Wait, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm looking up a
She
picture
woke up
of...
in the middle of surgery too, and could feel them like digging around in her finger. Kind of a horror story, but
stand by. Here's a picture, folks, of the teeth. So very, very sharp, backwards facing, and transparent. So when they hook onto you like that, you can't pull them off, you know, without ripping your whole arm open.
take them.
Essentially.
Yeah, it's crazy. So what you have to do is you actually have to wait for them to let go.
Right.
And if they don't want to, ways to get a snake off of you are sticking its whole head underwater.
Mm-hmm.
And or like in the reptile room we have vinegar, so if you spray vinegar in their mouth they usually just let go right away.
Usually.
I would imagine that would be true, like if you're in the wild or something, if you were to stick like
Thank
alcohol
you
or
so
something in their
much.
mouth,
Thank you.
like if you're camping,
Right.
they would let go as well.
And Burmese
But-
pythons are not venomous.
No,
You guys
no,
don't.
they're not. They're a constrictor.
Mm-hmm.
So constrictors are non-venomous. So venomous ones just come back, they strike, and then they go back.
Chat, does everybody know the difference between venomous and poisonous? Because I didn't know before my internship, and I feel like it's important. Yes? Oh, they do know. I'm just stupid. What is the difference?
The difference is that venom is injected, poison is ingested. And a toxin is neither. It can be absorbed. So there's that too.
Nice.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
John with $50. He said, "Scary snake, hurry and take my money." John, thank you so much, guys. We're at $485. We're so close to our $500 donation goal. Thank you guys all for the small donations that I didn't interrupt for. I'm trying to figure out like how to make it flow better and not interrupt every time there's a donation. I'm working on it. I'm new to this whole thing. Have you've been bitten by snakes?
Me?
Yeah. Never? No way.
Never
Thank
once.
you so much.
Thank you, Grace. Grace with $15 and we hit $500. Grace, thank you so much for doing that.
Thank you.
That is so cool. I can't believe you've never been bit by a snake.
No, I've never been bit by a snake.
Me
Ever.
neither.
Yeah, no.
Wait,
We still have one more animal.
what is it?
Here I come.
It's Gumbo.
Hooray!
It's a wild Homo sapien. Oh, it's Cambria tripping over the box.
Oh my gosh.
Is that what we're calling it?
Typical.
Bring him over here. Hold on. Holy crap. Scared Homo sapien. Look at him.
He must have grabbed shrimp, not Gumbo.
No, shrimp is
Chill out. Chill out.
Oh.
Who is this? It's Gumbo.
This is Gumbo.
I love him.
Oh, that's right.
He grabbed shrimp, not Gumbo. This is shrimp.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was
Not
looking at his toes, but
This is shrimp. Why do you grab this one? Gumbo's just way more chill. That's why I'm saying that. So this is shrimp. Shrimp is a North American alligator. He's still a good boy too, though. He's just a little more not used to us. Gumbo's been doing this ish for 15 years, and shrimp has only been doing it for a few. But this is the alligator that I keep talking about all the time. We have a bunch of them, though. It's one of the more common animals that we get into the facility. And shrimp was found wandering around downtown LA, just cruising. And the vast majority
Wait,
of the
what?
alligators that we get,
I didn't know that.
yeah. And probably what happened is the same thing that happens with most alligators that we get in. Almost all of our alligators come from crack house drug raids.
Okay.
Because
Why?
drug dealers want tigers and alligators and snapping turtles.
Right.
Those are the three. So
Tigers, alligators, and snapping turtles.
We literally just got an alligator and a snapping turtle that came from a raid in Santa Maria. Like a week ago.
Okay.
Because they came from a meth lab explosion, actually. And you know what they called it? So Fish and Wildlife, when they showed up with the alligator, when they were serving the warrant. It took them like a week, and it was a new girl, and they called it the Gator Raid.
Good one. like the drink.
I know.
Oh my god.
It's so funny. Thank you so much. The Gator Raid.
John said, John with another $50, first a snake and now this. Hurry and take my money. Thank you so much, John. I appreciate that.
Bye.
Okay, so he's an American alligator, and he's what, like 10? How old is he?
Yeah, he's probably about 10 years old, 10, 12 years old.
10,
like
but
that.
he's little.
He's little.
They can get.
They can get up to 15 feet. They only.
I was gonna say 7, Sammy. I didn't know they got that big. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Spike could get. We had one named Bubba.
Yeah.
And Bubba was 11 and a half feet.
What? Guys, Spike is the American alligator at the zoo. He's this
Spike
one.
is like 6.5.
This one in the picture that I'm holding. He's that. So Spike is 6.5 feet.
Guys, you should have seen Maya trying to take that picture.
It was fine.
I'm gonna embarrass you right now.
I was like Sammy, help me. It was.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Deuce. I appreciate that. He's a heavy dude, and I'm a small girl.
Yeah,
but that's only 6.5 feet. They can get 15 feet.
Okay, everyone. He weighs more than Maya does.
Thank
just
you.
To know.
Thank you.
Yeah. So just to note, she literally held her own body weight in a moving alligator.
Very close to my size.
Like it's 6.5 feet. Like, pretty. Excuse my language. She's pretty badass. So,
No, you can.
if
swear.
you were wondering before this, now you know.
But they grow like according to their environment and how often they're fed. Yeah. Pretty cool.
So they will get as big as they can for what they can sustain.
Okay.
So if they have enough food source and enough space to sustain being 11 to 15 feet, then they'll get to be 11 to 15 feet. But if they only have enough food source to sustain being like 5-6 feet, then they're only going to get 5 or 6 feet. So like if they're living in the swamp competing with other really big alligators for really big prey in a really big area, then they're going to get really big. But if they're living in somebody's backyard pond and they're just eating like little fish and turtles and chihuahuas and stuff, they're going to stay like pretty small.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool. Yes, chihuahuas.
Can you tell us about the conservation story, more about the conservation story of American alligators? It's like my favorite one. Story time.
Yeah. Story time. Was that a YouTuber?
I think a lot of people say that. A lot of people say, yeah, a lot of people do like story times.
Thomas Sanders. Okay, my little brother's informing me. Yeah. Story time. So these guys, we wiped them out. We hunted them for this smooth. I know it's so terrible. This smooth belly scales.
Mm-hmm.
This is like super. It's super tough leather, and it's also super smooth and beautiful. So instead of way back when we used to do things like see wild animals, and instead of going, wow, that's so beautiful, we're like, I want to make me a pair of boots or a belt or a handbag or a jacket out of that.
Mm-hmm.
So they went out and they hunted these guys. These guys can live anywhere between 60 and 100 years.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're hunting these big alligators that are like 11 to 15 feet, you're hunting these alligators that are probably somewhere between 60 and 100 years old.
Right.
And you're eradicating them. You're taking out the things that take out the big prey, and then you're taking out the alligators that are of breeding age too.
Right.
Which takes a long time. They have to be a certain size and a certain age. These guys still act like babies, and Gumbo is probably in his late teens, early 20s by this time, and he's barely any bigger than Shrezno.
Mm-hmm.
But we eradicated them, and then we saw the entire ecosystem change. They're a top. Not only are they a top-down apex predator, so they're at the top of the food chain. They eat the other animals. Nothing eats them. Well, that's it for us. But
right.
they're a keystone species. So there's nothing in the world that can really replace them in that environment.
Right.
They have to be there. So I said this earlier, but they don't take out the young, strong buck. They take out the old and the weak and the sick. They take the one that separates itself from the herd, the ones that you don't want perpetuating and breeding. the ones with snotty noses or 5 legs, or the ones with birth defects or something like that. The ones that are old that are keeping the herd back and stuff like that, that are more susceptible to things like injuries or sickness. And so that's what they're going after. And so without them, those animals overpopulated, and they weren't taking out the other animals, and they weren't taking out the old and the weak and the sick. And so we had to literally go out and euthanize whole herds of deer and whole groups of animals because they had snotty noses, or we had literally a whole herd of deer with 5 legs that they had to go out and euthanize because of the inbreeding and stuff, and because of the birth defects. And it's crazy. So they almost completely eradicated these guys. The hillsides were eroding, the hydrologic cycle wasn't working anymore because these guys weren't there to make the estuaries, to make the streams. And I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with the hydrologic cycle, but we'll recap anyways if it's been a few years. So the rain comes down, the rain washes through everything. It washes through your backyard, it picks up your dog's poop, it washes through the agricultural fields and picks up the pesticides, it washes down into the streams, and then that's where it gets low and slow, and the sun beats down on it, the algae and stuff takes out, it oxygenates it, it purifies the water again. The estuaries are really where that algae and that sun gets to beat down on it. These guys create the estuaries. They don't have fingers on these outer 2 toes, those are their digging toes. They go underwater and they dig down, and they create those estuaries, they create those stream pathways, and then it goes into the ocean after it's purified, and then it goes back up into the clouds. So without these guys, that hydrologic cycle stopped. The land was eroding, and the animals were overpopulating. And so we stopped, and we used our heads, and we fixed it. We're really good at messing things up here in the U.S., but we're also really good at fixing them. In my parents' lifetime, in our parents' lifetime, they've seen whole rivers that were on fire because they were so polluted, that are now so clean that you can actually drink out of them. And we've seen, like I was talking about earlier, the American bald eagle that was almost completely eradicated in peregrine falcons because of DDT. And now we have, I don't know how many, do you know how many breeding pair we have in California again? I'm sure you guys talked about it. I don't know if you remember. Yeah.
No, I don't remember.
But I get to see them all the time, and we brought back the alligator, and we brought back the California condor, and we brought back the peregrine falcon, and we've done a ton of stuff to fix and right our wrongs. And one of them was the alligator, and we'd go out, and scientists would go out, and they'd snatch all the alligator eggs, and they'd bring them back into a laboratory, and they'd incubate them, and then they would take them and raise them until they were big enough to go back out in the wild, and then they would release half of them back out in the wild. And they would take the other half and give them to the people that were funding the alligator conservation, which is the people that were using them for meat and leather.
That's so crazy.
Because everything's political.
So weird.
Especially conservation. Money talks.
Yeah.
That it's unfortunately a give and take thing, but it's something that should be talked about more, is that, like, especially right now with the new Endangered Species Act amendments, is that that's exactly what it is. Money speaks. And that's what just got changed, is that now they get to consider the financial impact of an area to a business before they consider the impact to the ecosystem and the impact to what the foreseeable future is in that ecosystem.
Right.
And that's just wrong on so many levels.
We got 2 people in chat. One person said, "Is it alive?" and the other person said, "Is it dead?"
Okay,
yeah,
he is alive. Here, you want to see him blink?
Oh, hello.
There's.
Yeah, you want to tell us about their eyelids?
Yeah, look, here, wait. He's gonna hula dance. Don't do it. Just chill out, dude. Yeah, how many times have you seen a relaxed alligator like that? I appreciate it that you think it's dead, because that means my alligator's being a good boy. So this like our favorite thing ever, and it's the hardest thing to reinforce, because what we constantly have to reinforce is non-behavior. So we're not reinforcing when they're whipping around, we're not reinforcing when they're scared, we're not reinforcing when they're being territorial or hissy or whatever the animal is being.
Right.
We're reinforcing when they're literally just like
right
and like half asleep looking.
Yeah.
But so alligators these guys are a dinosaur. So these guys were here when T-Rex was roaming around on Earth, and I don't know how many of you guys saw like Super Croc, that big skull that they found.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, it was probably like 10 years ago now. But that skull, they estimated that crocodile to be about 35 feet long. Nile crocodiles today still get 27 feet long.
What?
Like and the skull is exactly the same as it is now.
That's
Like there's
so
no different
crazy.
notches or anything. Like these guys literally didn't change because they adapted into this already so perfectly that when everything else went extinct, they didn't. They probably just like froze and held their breath for a few days and like called it good when they thawed out. No, seriously. Okay, so you can freeze an alligator almost completely through and through. They do this thing every year called brumating. And you can see, it's so cool. It's the first time I've ever seen it before. Is this year. You can see these videos and pictures and stuff of like alligators with their faces frozen up out of the water like this. Like
Oh yeah. Yeah, I've seen those.
In the winter in the swamp. And what they're doing is called brumating. It's kind of like hibernating, but they get so cold and so frozen that their body almost slows down to a complete stop. And are you falling asleep over there? And their heart only has to beat like once an hour or something, and they only have to breathe like once every 2 days.
What?
Like their body can slow down that much.
That's insane.
Kind of really crazy.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah. So, okay, so when they're underwater and stuff, they oh gosh, I could talk about alligators forever. So they have the webbed feet and they have a really strong tail that's kind of like their propeller in the water. And then they can, these little slits right here, those are their ears, so they can close those. They can tuck their eyes all the way into their head when they're doing like an alligator death roll. You close your mouth. Oh, you can see it though. Actually, you can see the flap at the back of their throat.
It's a little overexposed. But...
Oh, is it? You want to turn down that light really quick? I can show it. Can you see it? You can see how you can't see down their throat.
Yeah, kind of.
So that's so that they can not swallow water when they're like swimming around with their mouth open.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's okay. Swimming around with their mouth open and like catching fish and stuff. And so they have that flap at the back so they don't swallow a bunch of yucky pond water. And then they have an extra set of eyelids. So they have normal eyelids like we do, and then they have a third set that comes sideways and they're see-through. It's called a nictitating membrane.
Mm-hmm.
You have one 2 years just as in at school. It's that little pink thing in the corner of your eye. But here, watch when he opens his eyes. Right? He's like, no, I won't.
He's like, good night.
Can you turn that down a little? So he's not trying to keep his eyes closed. A little more. There we go. No, it's okay. Come on, open your eyes. You guys can kind of see it like when you open. It's not good.
Yeah, your quality went out for some reason, so it's hard to see it. But it's done this before and it's come back, so hopefully it will.
Yeah.
But yeah, third
eyelid.
Third eyelid.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, Escape, for $10.
Yeah. Oh, you guys are so awesome. So they have all these bony plates on their back, called osteoderms or osteodonts.
Mm-hmm.
And these are kind of like nature's first solar panel. So each one of these is a little bony plate. So if you imagine like taking a rock and putting it in the sun and it heats up and then like you bring it inside, or like hot stone massages. So like you heat up the rock stays hot for a while. And then they have blood vessels that run up and over each one of these. Breathing. And so when they're sitting in the water, the sun is heating up those bony plates, and then that's heating up his blood that's running up and over him, and then his blood's going through his body, and it's keeping him warm in the cold water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so neat. Do you know a Jerry Luther?
No.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Was that a joke that went over my head? They donated $20 and said, "Hi, Sammy."
Hi. I'm really bad with names.
Okay, no, that's fine. Speaking of, okay, we're not really speaking of solar panels, but it reminded me of solar. When I did the podcast with Purple Martin Conservation, I talk about this every time. I can't get over it. But they were talking about like GPS tracking and stuff and having backpacks. Did you know that they're tracking dragonflies' migrations with like little tiny backpacks with solar on them so that they can keep working for like 2 weeks? Isn't that crazy? Every time, I know you guys. I know you've heard it so many times. I have to tell all of my animal zoo bird friends this thing because it's so cool.
Stinking cool. Can't hear you. I don't know what you're saying. No, I cannot read your lips either, so stop trying to say it to me.
Every time? I'm gonna say it every time. Get used to it.
I know. That is... No, not you. The Topher was trying to talk to me and I was like... Oh.
No, I know. I was talking to my chat, sorry.
So freaking cool, though.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That is... They can make something that tiny. Okay, so everyone, not only that tiny, but like that weightless, that it's not going to affect a dragonfly. Like
right.
A solar panel.
Just insane. Insane.
And a GPS that is that tiny and that weightless, that it doesn't affect the flight pattern of a dragonfly.
Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Like, that's insane. That's unimaginable.
I know. Look at it, he's being so good.
I know he is.
He's so cool.
He's a really good boy.
Yeah.
He's cool. That's a funny reptile joke, Maya.
I heard Cambria back there.
Want to hear the new joke I heard?
Yes.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Owl.
Owl. Who?
Yes, they do.
Nice, Sammy. Very, very nice. Oh my god.
I love my dad jokes. Kind of make my life better. Okay, so here, how do you say goodbye to an alligator?
See you later, alligator.
Yep.
Bye.
Okay, wait. You want to see him wave? Wave. Wave. Oh, can you do it?
I've never seen you do it with him.
I've never done it with him. Nope. He says no. Usually if you press right here on their chest, it causes a nerve reaction. He's too relaxed, though.
He's sleepy.
I don't know why. I know. He's like, I'm too much of a noodle, even though your mouth is open.
Bye, buddy.
And I think if he could talk, everyone that's saying after wild crocodile and stuff like that, he wouldn't say after wild crocodile. He would say, see you soon, you big baboon.
Wait, one sec. Can you, would you mind turning your video off and then turning it back on?
Yeah.
Guys, I don't know if that's gonna help, but it's, before it was going in and out, and it just hasn't come back. Can you try turning it on, Sammy? Okay. Yeah, see, we're better.
Okay, cool.
Nice. That's so much better. It was crazy.
Joined late. Did you want to see the cuter?
Oh, look who it is. She's back.
I'm right here still.
I just thought I would bring her back out because she's so dang cute.
Oh my gosh.
I don't think it gets much cuter than baby kangaroos.
Marilyn Monroe.
The kinky Jew. Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn Monroe. Dang it. I literally thought that, and I was like, oh, I should make a joke. But you had already done it.
That's why we named her that.
I love it. I love that. That's so cute. Do you know that she's a girl? You can sex them easy?
She's had a pouch from the time she was born.
Oh, duh. Oh, whoa. Whoa. Do not touch my pouch.
She's like, you did
Spicy.
not give consent.
Sammy, she just told you. Oh my goodness.
She's like, excuse you, Mom.
How dare you? This is on national television.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Tell us, so we're at $640 in donations. What do donations go to at the zoo?
Oh my gosh, everything.
Yeah.
So, on a daily basis, we're feeding 300 plus animals. And although a lot of our food is donated, all the kibbles and the vitamins and all the extra stuff that we need to give them to supplement what they would be getting in the wild is not. And that costs us thousands of dollars every month.
Mm-hmm.
And training and enclosures and facility updates and toys for the animals and stuff like that. And if you ever want to go like on our website and make a directed donation, you can do that too. And you can be like, hey, I want to buy, like if you look up like bear toys or tiger toys or something, be like, I want to buy Seema the tiger a boomer ball and like pay for a boomer ball. Like we'll order him a boomer ball and like post a video on our Facebook page when she gets it and stuff like that. So it goes to everything.
That's
and
awesome.
We rely so heavily on our volunteers and our interns and stuff. And Maya knows she took care of the zoo by herself quite a few times. Maya cleaned and fed 300 animals alone often. and like you just do it and it's great. And it's actually not as, I mean, it's difficult, but it's actually not as time consuming as you would think. But we rely so heavily on donations. We don't get any state funding. We're just 100% 501c3 nonprofit. So everything we do has to come from donations. So it's all really helpful.
Yeah.
And really.
Yeah. There are a lot of people that work very hard at the zoo. It is a lot to take care of.
It is definitely a labor of love.
Yeah. Well, my internship, I miss it so much. We've talked about this so many times. I miss it so much, but it was like 9 a.m. and then I'd be at the zoo until like 9 p.m. Like every day.
And we do.
It was the best. Like
we do, and Maya would like stay over all the time because we'd be like, we'd stop and we'd have dinner and whatever, and then we'd go back out on the zoo and like do projects or like make BE or like be painting something until like 2 o'clock in the morning sometimes, and or building a new enclosure because all of a sudden like tomorrow a fishing game is dropping off in mountain lion and we have to build an enclosure that's 20 foot by 30 foot by 20 feet tall and stuff, and you just do it.
Do you remember when I came over at like 2 a.m. and was just outside like cleaning chicken cages? Do you remember that? I don't even know if I told you I was there. And no, I did.
It's also very therapeutic.
Thank you. Yeah, and Sammy came out and she was like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, I need to work. I need to clean. I need to do something."
Yeah.
She's like, "Go to bed." It's never ending. It's never ending.
No, it's not. There's never not something to do.
Yeah.
Like
true.
We'll have volunteers come in and they're like, okay, like I don't know if there's anything else to do, but I'm supposed to be here for like if you want anything. And I'm like, here, let me give you a 20-mile long list.
Yeah.
Happy to.
Yeah. You especially always have stuff to do.
I am the master at finding.
Wait, ZooToYou has a Twitch account? ZooToYou has an account on Twitch?
Yeah, we made that, and then I haven't used it yet. I'm supposed to do something with it.
What? Wait, Twitch and Mixer.
Yeah. Topher did that for me.
Nice. What are you guys gonna do with it? You gonna stream?
I don't know. You guys, okay, well, you guys tell me what I should do on it. What do you want to see? Mixer. I see Mixer.
Yeah, they think it's funny. There's a one of the biggest streamer on Twitch just switched over to Mixer, and it was a really big deal. But I don't know Mixer at all. But you could stream for sure.
I don't know about any of it.
If you just sat there and like talked about animals and stuff, that'd be awesome.
Everyone should go follow or whatever you.
Yeah, what's the account?
And then let me know. What's the account, Toph?
ZooToYou. Here, I'll send it to Maya.
He's gonna send it to you
okay,
so
cool.
that you can link it in the comments or something.
That's so cool.
Yeah, because I don't know how that works. So whatever you guys want to see, just let me know.
Yeah.
And I'm happy to do it.
Comment it in the chat.
Yeah, comment it in the chat, and I'll go back and look and whatever. And
can you ask him to send me the Twitch account as well?
They're very excited.
She asked you to send the Twitch account as well.
Guys, here's the Mixer account.
Thank you so much.
Citrus gifted a sub to ZooToYou. Nice.
Aww.
Nice. I think he found it. I think Citrus found it.
Yay.
That's so cool. Yeah, Sammy, that would be awesome.
You've been awesome and
if you just like
this whole time.
If you like, oh yeah, look at that. How cool. Yeah, if you streamed every once in a while and just like talked about animals or whatever, like that'd be great for the zoo. Twitch is I've yet to figure out another way to say it, and everyone's gonna laugh because I say this all the time. It's like a meme at this point, but I've always said it's like an untapped reservoir for doing good. You know, like there's so many people that are watching Twitch every day. Like there are like so many people that want to learn, you know, and every time you bring an animal out, they're all like, tell me more. Like they're all super excited.
Been on the job here.
Yeah. So it's a great place. It's really cool. And
Yeah, I mean, I kind of have like the best co-hosts in the world.
no kidding,
Kinda
look at.
hard
Oh, I thought you were talking about me and the kangaroo. Giddy, thank you so much. Giddy with $50. We hit our $700 donation goal. $705. Giddy, thank you.
You guys are so awesome.
Say it again, you guys. Okay, I'll figure out another way to say that. I'm sorry. I keep saying the same thing. But yeah, no, Twitch is awesome. It's been like a weird. It's been a crazy weird ride for
I
me
know,
on
you
Twitch.
had some crazy stuff happen. I remember your birthday.
Yes, that was wild. But now I'm like 6 months in, and I'm doing a conservation podcast with you. How crazy is that,
Microphone.
Sammy? There are like 1,300
like,
viewers.
I don't even. That's so crazy.
I know.
That's awesome. I know, it's crazy. The whole comment section, like, I can't even read that fast. I know, yeah, 32K. She did.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Congrats.
Yeah. Actually nuts. Thank you so much for hanging out and for bringing all the animals to show everybody. Guys, this was so cool, was it not? This was the first podcast where we've met like exotics, like animal ambassadors. Besides like Connor, like we met birds, but I think this is the first one where we met animals, right guys? So cool. This was very educational and cool.
If you guys go on our website and stuff and you look up, or like our Facebook page especially, and you look up all the animals, let me know what you guys want to see and what you want to learn about, because I'm happy to bring it on.
There you go.
It's really
Nice.
for our animals too.
That'll be awesome.
And if I don't have it, and if like somebody from another facility is coming to visit me, I'll try and bring on those animals as like special guests or something too.
So cool. Yeah, guys, there are plenty more animals to meet, for sure.
Yes, there are.
Virtual shows is a fantastic idea.
And I will try to stay away from the insects, even though they're my favorite.
No, bring them on. There are a lot of people that would be
Just for
super
you
into it.
people. Insects make up half the biomass in the entire world. Half of it.
I didn't know that. That's
like,
insane.
If you put everything in the entire world on a scale, like redwood trees and houses, and I was gonna say something really political and I'll not. And like whales and elephants and tractors, and you put bugs and people, and you put bugs on the other side, it would almost be even.
That's insane.
Like, you have
And-
little bugs inside your nose.
Insect populations aren't doing so hot either. I was
Mhm.
reading articles about that, and what was the word that last podcast? Oh, she said that it's really hard to spread awareness about insects because they're not like charismatic megafauna is the
They're not
easiest
cute.
to. Yeah, exactly. So yeah, insects are overlooked. So
Yeah,
bringing insects on stream would be
absolutely.
awesome. They need more of that.
Okay.
The world needs more of
I'll
that.
do it. I'll show you cutesy little spider feet.
The other day, I was like, there was a jumping spider at work, and I was just like looking at him, and he was looking at me, and his little eyes, I teared up. It was so cute. So cute.
They're so cute and fuzzy. Have you seen the peacock spiders?
Yes! So cool.
Dover's laughing at my impression of a peacock spider.
It was perfect. That's what it looks like.
I think so,
You didn't
too.
have to say anything. I would have been like, peacock spider. Mating.
Oh, and for everyone on here, look up all the BBC animal talking videos, because those just will make your heart happier than anything else.
Oh, good.
So good.
Daytime, daytime. Play the good night. Wanna play? I think the sharks one is my favorite though. All right, swimmer coming, everyone into position. Boom.
Oh my god, I miss you guys so much. I'll be back. So I'll be back in like at the end of the month.
You better be. I missed you.
No, I
too.
know. I'll be back in like a month. What'd she say?
Can you hear them in the background going, Alan, Alan,
Oh,
Alan,
yeah.
Alan, Steve. Our friend's name is Alan, and so he named his
Oh,
dog
no.
Steve, so that when his wife calls them, she calls Alan, 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 Steve.
Oh my god.
Dolores,
No
one
way.
of our volunteers. Yep.
That's so funny. I haven't seen her in ages.
She's doing good. She just came out a few days ago for to bring stuff for the summer camp.
Oh, yay.
So, yeah, we
That's
had an
awesome.
awesome summer camp with the kids. this
I
year.
heard it went very well, and they made a bunch of cool enrichment and all that jazz. That's awesome.
It was so cool. They were so stoked. And Garrett, one of our employees, led the junior keeper camp, and he had this whole little harem of little girls that just followed him around everywhere.
Tweensies.
Yeah, little tweensies that were like in love with him, that have done the junior keeper camp for like the last 3 years, and like love it. Just come back. So they already knew the curriculum and everything, and they're like, let's go see Peaches and Sydney, and I want to go see Bakari.
That's
They're like-
awesome.
they knew their animals, and
That's
they were
so
like
good.
ready for it. Yeah, they were great. They were awesome. It was so much fun.
Yeah, no, I miss being back. I want to come back, but I'll be back super soon. Sammy, my internship, I've talked to you about this before, but oh my gosh, I just get bit every day. I just get bit all the time.
I told you would.
I know, sir. When I told you that I got that internship, you're like, you're gonna get bit, and I was like, yeah, I know, but like, wow, like the birds there that are nice are the ones that don't break skin every time.
Yeah.
But they all
know.
bite. I mean, there is not a bird at the facility that doesn't bite. They all bite.
No.
It's terrible.
Parrots and cockatoos bite.
Yeah, they're super gnarly too. Like
They do.
serious bites.
Favorite church.
Yeah.
The other
that's
day,
it.
my coworker let this blue and gold chew on his fingernail, and it pulled it up. Sammy, it pulled up his fingernail. It was so gnarly. Oh
my god. Yeah, I mean, I've never had any. Okay, that is probably my worst bite. Was
macaw.
with a oh gosh, what was it? Her name was Scully. I can't remember what she was. She was a little scarlet colored parrot that was
Thank
like
you
this
so
big with the red or with the black around the eyes. You probably have one.
A scarlet with black, like an eclectus.
Like an eclectus.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. An eclectus parrot. I have 17 scars from that bird.
Jeez, Sammy.
Because she liked men,
Yeah.
but if men weren't around, she liked women.
Yeah.
So she liked me when my dad wasn't around, but if he was, she'd bite the living shit out of me.
Yeah.
So my dad would, being the macho animal handler that he is, he'd be like, hold the bird. And I'm like, if you hand me the bird's gonna bite me as soon as you hand it to me.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, man, just hold the bird. You hold the bird all the time. I'm like, not around you. And every time, 17 times, I'd hold out my hand and the bird would bite me.
Jeez.
And David never learned, at my detriment.
I've gotten bit pretty good by, well, the little conures bite all the time, but nothing that's gonna scar. I think the only thing that I have that's gonna, no, maybe it's not gonna scar. They do hurt, yeah. But there's a scarlet
Sleepy girl.
macaw that's bit me a whole bunch of times. She does this, like, she, like, drops her head a little bit and looks really cute, and she puffs up like she's happy, and then she puts out her foot, and she's like, can I please step up onto your arm? And then you put your arm out, and she grabs your finger and pulls it into her mouth and bites you. Isn't that, like, awful?
Conniving?
Yes. It's terrible.
Great.
Debated. Correct. Every time. Yeah, it's
That's
it's pretty
hilarious.
bad. There's a golden conure that she only bites the webbing for some reason. Like she like wiggles her way into your finger and bites the webbing of your finger and bites like a hole through the webbing. Like it's pretty bad. She does it on purpose, I swear. Like she knows. I don't know. Anyway, I've decided through this internship that I like birds of prey more. Which is good to know. That's why I took this internship. I want to learn more about like the other side of birds, you know? So
Yeah.
so it's good.
Trying to read. Or no, fun.
You good?
Why doesn't it that sentences very grammatically incorrect, but they were trying to say.
Oh, are you reading the chat?
Yeah.
Oh, good luck. A lot of the stuff that they say doesn't make sense, especially if you can't see the emotes. Then it's just very confusing.
I can see the emotes.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand them.
Yeah, me neither.
But I can see them. I'm not. It took me like, you guys. It took me like 30 minutes of like having a meltdown to try and figure out how to use two. I was like, there's two screens and there's lights and there's like two keyboards and I don't know what I'm doing and I don't know how to use this and then there's a microphone over here.
She called me and she was like, Maya, like I was supposed to figure this out, but there were like 3 monitors and my brother ditched me and he was supposed to help me figure it out and I was like, okay, we're fine. But we're good. This worked out super well. This setup's great. 6 consoles. No.
Dude, seriously, what do you guys do with all of this? Like, I can't even imagine trying to split my focus between like that many things.
I only have 2.
I have one of those too.
So it's
I know,
pretty
you see the one
pretty
that's up there?
easy to it's pretty
The
nice.
split.
Oh.
That.
Yeah.
Oh, hi. Hi, Marilyn.
Look at her. Oh, good morning.
Look at that.
Oh, hello.
So,
So
kangaroo,
cute.
to like protect themselves,
No, sure.
they'll like if they're getting chased by like a dingo or something, they'll run into a billabong into the watering holes in Australia,
Uh-huh.
and they can actually swim, and or they're tall enough that they can still like stand up because their legs will make them like 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
Stand up in like a deep billabong, and then they'll wait for the dingo to come swim out to them, and then they'll just like kerplunk them underwater and drown them.
Oh my gosh. That's crazy.
And
Kangaroos
they're
are badass.
I know.
Yeah, the
And they'll
red on
sweat
males
red.
looks, yeah.
Yeah. And when you touch it, it looks like your hands are bleeding.
Wait, let me look
Because
up
they
so they
sweat
know what I'm
red.
talking about.
And
Yeah, they
their
sweat
feet
red,
like
you guys. It looks
popcorn.
like blood.
Corn chips.
Corn chips. Their feet smell like corn chips, like Fritos. Like Fritos. They do like
Okay,
to get
first
laid.
of all, this kangaroo actually did this. And you see how there's like red here? Kind of looks like he's bleeding, but like they sweat that color.
Mhm.
Or the males do. Anyway,
God, look at those babies.
actually nuts.
They're so gnarly.
Yeah.
I call them
Oh,
that.
that one you can see his testicles hanging down low. He wasn't hopping very fast.
I didn't see it. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah, they
Um,
can actually suck those up into their body. Opossums
Look at
can do
this.
so that when they're hopping, it's not like jiggling around everywhere. Boys, wouldn't that be nice?
Boys, sound good to you?
See, there you go. See, they hold on to them, they grab them, they look like they're boxing, and then they grab on, and then they lean back, and then they.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Right where it counts.
And the beans
was
are above the
Cameron.
frank.
The what?
The beans are above the frank on a kangaroo.
Okay. Wow, that really took me a second there. I was like, what are you talking about? I thought we were still talking like conservation language, like science.
Testicles, Maya.
Yes.
Are above the penis.
Okay, I understand. I was like, what are you talking about?
You're just
It's
being
animal talk.
anatomically
I am being anatomically correct. What
Oh
else
my
do you guys
God.
want to know about kangaroos?
correct.
Female kangaroos have 3 vaginas.
Really? 3 vaginas and they can produce 3 different kinds of milk? Have you seen a hyena's clitoris?
It's a pseudo penis.
It's nuts.
It looks like a penis. Yeah, it's called a pseudo penis. Okay, so you should let me come back on and I'll do an animal sex talk because I used
Please.
to every year for Valentine's Day do a 2-hour long animal sex talk. So I am a wealth of
Sammy,
animal naughtiness.
I'm gonna hold you to that. We're gonna do that.
Okay.
Okay.
Deal. 'Cause I've
Beautiful.
always wanted. I've always wanted to do an entire podcast called The Naughty Zookeeper.
Oh my god. I'm
Would you
holding you
guys
to
like
it. We're
that?
gonna do it. We're gonna do that.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Whatever you're called. Oh, everybody's like,
Please. Yes.
Okay.
We'll just do it on our channel.
Okay, we're gonna do it on our channel. We're gonna do the Naughty Zookeeper on the channel every week.
Beautiful. I can't wait. I had to do a what did I do?
We got once a month.
I had to do that at the zoo, at the last zoo that I had an internship with.
Each week we do something different.
Okay.
What do you ask them what they want you to wear?
I'm not asking them what they want.
Cambria.
Not for zookeeper. Not for every day.
Cambria.
I
We were talking about animal sex, not Homo sapien.
at the last zoo that I interned at, I had to do for Valentine's Day a talk, but it was for like 6 to 9 year olds, and they were like, "Yeah, just talk about animal sex," and I was like,
General set to mature.
I mean, I don't know about that.
They do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Right.
Oh,
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
song.
But it was very uncomfortable, and I had to tread very carefully.
Lightly.
Yeah.
Okay, so my dad is this super charismatic big man with a he's every time I go do a show, all the women are like, "Oh my god, where's David?" And I'm like, "He's not here today." And they're like, well, can you tell him I say hi?"
No.
And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm his daughter." And they're like, "Oh." Can you not? But he like I got yelled at one time. I got a phone call like with super dismay because I guess I upset somebody because their daughter came home to them and told them that they were made up of 50% bugs. And they were like, "So what are you saying? Like half grasshopper or something?" And I was like, "No, I was just saying that like 50% of the biomass in the world is bugs." And I was like, and I use that term loosely because bugs is a more digestible term than insects and like beasties and stuff for little kids. So I say bugs, and but 50% of your body mass is little bugs and insects and all these bio creatures and stuff like that. And he finally calmed down and was like, "Oh, okay, I did know that." But my dad goes into a preschool and the alligator lets his hemipenis hang out, and one of the little kids is like, "Oh my god, what is that?" My dad's like, "That's a hemipenis. That means they have a two-pronged or two-headed penis." To a room full of preschoolers, and all the moms are just like, "Aw, David."
Oh my gosh.
If I did that, we would have been so many phone calls being like, "This lady said penis to my children."
He's got away
Really
with people.
Dude, he just flashes his like $20,000 smile, and it like, bing.
Yep.
And all the moms just like fall over and faint. It's not fair.
You made $2 off your semi-penis comment.
Did I make $2 off my hemi-penis?
For your mentality.
One for each side?
$3, but you ain't got no soul for it.
Oh
Cambria is so nice to me. This is my wife, everyone.
Hello!
Yes, Cambria, can she come say hi, please?
Yeah, come say hi.
I haven't seen
She
her.
says come say hi.
No.
Okay. We'll tell her that I said I miss her.
Oh, she's coming.
I've been on camera
She's
now.
waddling over. My little penguin.
Dancing.
My little penguin's
Cambria,
coming.
hello.
Great, this is
Pop it
exactly
in.
what I was dressed for.
I know.
Pardon me. Yes.
Hello, how are
I'm here now.
you? You can't see me, but I can see you. I mean, I think you have my stream open.
Yeah, you're right there.
Hello.
Yeah, we have you up on the
Hi.
other screen.
I know, I've been checking out your bed comforter this whole time.
Oh, really? It's like kind of grandma-esque,
We're
but
talking about animal sex. Maya's got the bed in the background. She's setting the
I see,
scene.
Samantha.
Your pillow's like... You can still hear you. It's in front of your face.
I know. Go ahead.
Green's not a good look on me.
it looks. Cambria, you look great.
Really? Because I was
Yes.
busy all day working. And here I am.
Cambria and Sammy, you guys are the
Cambria's
most
gonna
fun
do double
people
duty
to go
now
out with
because
on
I'm
the planet.
out.
You might not come back, though.
My wife loves me.
Ow!
That's her wife, literally.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna hurt your headphones.
but we like boys.
It's a lot of money on
Yeah, they're not, but you guys can explain it.
We married for my daughter in tax purposes.
Bold move.
They really actually hate each other.
Oh, we don't like each other.
They're actually married.
Yeah, see? Ring. I told her I'd give her my left hand so I could still get all the dudes.
Your right hand.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
No, I
right
gave you
hand.
my left hand, but
Yeah.
you gotta put the ring on my right
Does
hand.
it chop it off?
But Sammy has a
I
boyfriend.
need it. Yeah.
They have. Yeah,
Yeah, look, everybody thinks this is pretty funny.
it is funny. I didn't. Okay, you guys have to realize I have known you guys for like a minute, and I did not find out that you were married.
You haven't even been here.
Oh,
Until a couple months
you
ago.
didn't believe us.
No, not at all.
They've
They've been married. I was at like a brewery with them or whatever. We were sitting there, and someone said wife, and I was like, oh, haha. And they're like, no, we're actually married. And I was like, no, you're not. Like what? That was the weirdest. And then I pretended to be a turtle, and you guys both picked me up, and then we went back to the zoo.
Have you seen that picture of that monk seal?
Yeah, but you hung out the sunroof the whole way.
I didn't hang out of the sunroof. I did stick my
You were
hands
definitely-
through.
Oh, you guys rode on the top on the way back. Remember? I don't think you remember. I do.
I do. No.
What you're talking about?
That was before the water slide. Ooh, this hurts my knees.
Oh, the water slide. I hate that thing.
Get used to it. You date men.
There are chairs.
No, because I'm not going to be here forever. I just came in to say, what's up? All right, my knees hurt. I got to save them for
Flash a
somebody
ring
else.
for the non-single lady.
What?
Get back to Sammy.
Yeah, Cambria and Brooklyn live with me now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're all one big happy zoo family.
I live just down the street.
I pretty
Watch
much
out
live
for
at my
down the
boyfriend's house.
I feel like I'm rocking out.
Cambria, they love you.
But...
Is this still the podcast? Yes, it is.
Wait, there's kangaroos. Gotta be. Oh,
Drunk Maya stories.
No,
Oh,
Sammy,
oh.
Cambria. Cambria. No.
It's not difficult. She's one glass of champagne deep, and she's woo.
True. Fair. Sammy came out with me. Sammy came out with me on my 21st, and she brought me back home. She put me in my bed. You're muted. No, you're not.
I hear what she's saying. Give me those things. I need to hear what I'm saying. I sold it
That's
back.
it. This is over.
Bye, Cambria. She just took off the ring.
Did she?
She threw it on the ground. Oh my
Yeah,
god.
she wouldn't lose that thing.
Nah, I got too big of a tan line.
Yeah, she's not too big of a tan line now.
Oh my god. I love her.
I know. No, so me and my boyfriend were getting his oil changed on his car. And excuse you. And the guy's like, okay, we need to create an account, blah 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 blah. And then he's like, so will your wife be a signer on the account too? And both of us just like look at each other and we're like, no, we're not married. And he was like, oh, I just figured because of the ring. And I was like, oh yeah,
I'm a wife.
I'm married
wife,
to somebody
so-
else. Oh my
no,
god.
I look like a whore.
Oh my god.
You're welcome, everyone. Little did you know this would be so informational.
This is so informational. Oh my god.
So
Yeah.
we can talk about the ASA again if you would like to.
No, it's okay. Sammy did bring me home after my 21st. I was saying that. She came out with me on my 21st. She brought me home.
I carried my little Maya baby to bed.
She's the one who got me the AMF.
No, your friends got you the AMF.
Oh, you told me not
I
to
was-
drink it.
I was highly against it.
And
I knocked the other one that they were going to give you out of their little mitsies because that was not going to happen.
Oh my god, that's true.
I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry, it spilled. Because I love you.
I know.
I
appreciate
also
you.
did after you raised $32,000 for a nonprofit. And everybody was like, oh my god, it's so nice to see people doing something so good on their 21st birthday and something normal. Little did they know I lifted her little butt up on the bar at Bull's Tavern and made her take a bull sweat shot.
After the stream. That's true. That is true.
Sure did. Hey, she did
Exposed.
good,
You guys
and then
knew
she
that I did
better.
that. True. There you go.
Exposed. Alcoholic. No.
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 No. Sammy and I, we have a good time though. It's a good time. Always.
No, moderation. It's why I didn't let her drink the second AMF.
It would have been an Adios Meyerfucker. Instead
Yeah,
of...
it would have been an adios Maya. Oh, man. That's what we're gonna call those from now on.
Oh yeah, you guys can't say some stuff in chat today because it's Friday. Usually it's a little bit, I try to keep, or like, my chat is a little bit cleaner on Fridays, or a little bit less annoying on Fridays.
Several comments just saying mine is
That's funny.
I still don't know what's going on. Is this still the podcast? Yeah, me neither.
Yeah.
Now we're just having a conversation. I haven't talked to Sammy in a while, so this is good.
Yeah. So if you guys would like me to bring out like the baby beaver or something.
It's okay. You're good.
Sit with. You don't want me to bring beaver on?
Sammy?
No, it's not one anymore.
Sammy?
I was being appropriate. Most of these people in this chat right here have no idea what I'm talking about.
Yes, they do. 100%.
That colloquialism has skipped a generation.
It really has. It's gone.
I went to a school and a high school the other day, and the teacher for AP whatever something science, to Cambria's high school. And she had given all of her students beaver pencil sharpeners.
Oh.
So that you can stick the wood in the beaver's mouth to sharpen it. And none of them got it.
In fairness, when I started my internship and you made a bunch of jokes like that, I had no idea what you were talking about.
See? I'm just saying. We know.
Yeah, they know.
Maybe I should do the first naughty zookeeper on beavers.
It's a good idea. I mean, that's fair. That makes
Or
sense.
the kinky Jew.
How about beavers and skinks?
Beavers and the kinky Jew.
Beavers and skinks. Oh my god, do you remember? We did a show and me and this other intern had blue-tongued skinks. And she thought that they were called skanks. She went around the whole show and she was like, "It's a blue-tongued skank." And when I found out, I went to Sammy and I was like, "Sammy, we told everyone there were skanks." And no, not me, but her. And every time she said it, they were like, the parents were like, "A skank?" And she was like, "Uh-huh."
A blue-tongued one.
A blue-tongued skank. Oh, look at that. That's wild. Anyway, yeah, so do skinks and beavers for that one. That'll be good.
Okay, you got it.
We have a title. Naughty Zookeeper shows her beaver.
Naughty zookeeper shows her beaver. Oh.
That I have to give that to one of the commenters. That was awesome.
God, that is good.
Called it a skank today too.
That's
Whoever
good.
it was that commented that, you're awesome.
You guys are great.
That was amazing.
You're our kind of people.
The
Oh my
comments
God.
are funny.
Yeah, they're really funny. We have a good time.
Yeah, I'm thoroughly entertained. Okay, so all of you guys, you better go follow me on Twitch and what's the other one? Mixer.
Just do Twitch.
We'll be switching back.
Because I can help you with Twitch. I can't do anything. I don't know anything about Mixer.
Okay, cool.
But yeah, no, that'd be really fun. That'll be great.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
What's the Twitch? Here, I'll link it again. It's just ZooToYou.
I don't have anything on there. But
Maybe, yeah, we can do, you'll come on the podcast again, we'll talk about animal sex and tell some funny stories or something. I didn't really think of any. We have plenty of funny stories, guys, involving animals and not.
Gosh. Yeah. There's a whole book called Kicked, Bitten, and Scratched that basically somebody wrote after their career about all the crazy stuff that happens. But we can go over some pretty funny stories and some pretty interesting stories that we couldn't tell up until now, actually, because some of them were like late night TV no-nos.
Oh, yeah.
True, there you go.
But now those shows are off air, so we can tell these stories now. So I'll tell you guys some good stories.
Perfect. And at some point, guys, if you really want to hear some drunk stories, Sammy has many. So
I do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Good. All right. Is there anything else that you want to talk about? Animal related, non-animal related?
I don't care if there's anything anybody else wants me to talk about.
Anybody?
But I don't want to give up all my fun stories and stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta keep those. I will say this, however, to tempt you all over to the stream, that there is an animal with a four-headed penis, so we can talk about that too. Nope, we don't have one.
There you go.
Oh.
We don't anymore.
Gosh, animal penises are so interesting. Guys, this is how
It's
conversations
crazy.
go. Yeah, me, Sammy, and Cambria just at a bar, animal penises. Just
Animal penises.
yep.
And then all the guys at the bar get really offended because we're talking about elephant penises and they're prehensile, so it's like their trunk, they can like grab you with it. Yep, hold you.
And they
Like,
feel
I want-
inadequate,
I
and then
want that one.
you know, yeah.
Like we've seen the biggest penises in the world, and it's not yours.
Oh my god, I miss you guys so much. Oh fuck.
I'm crying. I
All
was gonna.
eagles and penises, that's what makes you cry,
Bald
folks.
eagles and penises.
Make Sammy cry. Oh.
I am crying.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll
Okay.
save
I think
more
we should stop
stories.
while we're ahead.
Yeah, I agree. We'll save more stories
That
for
was funny
streams.
too. Yeah, funny. Yeah. Okay.
These
Okay,
guys
you
are
all.
actually farmers. True. Yeah, you and Cambria streaming would be so great. Also, I can stream stream with them when I'm back. Like, I can go there and be on stream with them, and we can all hang out. We can do we can do a drunk stream or whatever. Like, it'll be a good time.
Absolutely. We just can't handle animals while
Right.
we're doing that, but we can definitely do a drunk stream and talk about animal sex and stuff.
Oh,
Nice.
And
Perfect.
banter.
history by animals.
Yeah, like drunk history by animals.
Adult Zaboomafoo.
Nice.
Adult Zaboomafoo.
Bringing it back.
Yep.
Brought
Oh
it
my
back.
god.
We're not gonna be the crap brothers. We're gonna be the
Drunk brothers.
the drunk sisters. I don't know.
Drunk wives. The drunk wives club.
Oh, look at.
So
Look at her.
itchy.
Rubbing her little nosy. Tell me that's not the cutest thing.
So cute.
Oh my god.
Oh my, so cute.
Thank you.
She's so
Not
cute.
you.
Aww.
Okay, well, you guys raised $710 for ZooToYou today. Thank you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and for hanging out and for being so nice. I hope you guys learned a lot. Sammy, thank you so much for
Thanks for
doing
having
this,
me, and thank
for
you
hanging
guys so
out.
much for the donations and stuff. The animals, it's all gonna go straight to them, so we really appreciate it.
Yeah, this was awesome. Thank you for teaching them. Can you put a smile in chat if you learned something today? Everybody say thank you, Sammy, for hanging out. We'll have you on the podcast again, and we'll do a sex talk about animals. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do it. And no, I don't. We'll see. Yeah, we'll talk about it. It'll be good. And then Sammy streams. Go check out ZooToYou on Twitch. Command guest for their website. Command ESA for how to contact your congressman about the changes to the Endangered Species Act.
Yeah,
And
that one's really important, you guys. So
yeah.
thank you so much. for doing
if
that.
you do that, we would both really appreciate it. So, really quickly, we had a viewer made this art for you. If you can see the stream right now, it says,
I can't.
"Thank you, Sammy, for being a change," and it's signed with some of the viewers. I can send this to you.
Please do. I am. I'm a crier.
So
everyone,
cute.
So it's, like,
There's a
seriously,
root
when
and
you
a
guys do
snake.
stuff like this, it's so nice. And Mr. Lee.
Look at him!
I'm there.
Beautiful. Thank you so much,
That's so
Citrus, for
cool.
making this card once again. You are the best.
Citrus, you've been awesome this whole time.
True, he's incredible. So I'll send this to you. But yeah, thank you so much, Sammy. This was so cool. I miss you so much.
Thank you.
I'll be back soon. And we'll hang
I
out.
love you.
I love you too. Okay. Okay, I will talk to you soon. Okay, everybody say bye,
Later,
Sammy. Bye, Cambria.
alligators.
Bye, Topher.
You know,
Bye.